XM 202.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviance.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass.
I can't believe it. It's pedophile humor. It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful. It's a bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that fax.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Stop it!
I can't breathe.
Stop it! Stop whining. Stop whining.
Quiet.
Hello, cutie pie. How are you? It's not a tumor.
And with that, welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. That was really loud, Anthony.
All right, let me try to adjust any of this. Go ahead.
How does this sound?
It's a little.
Sounds perfect in my headphones.
Try it again.
This sounds perfect in my headphones.
Okay. The thing that was supposed to just mix my mic into the whole thing mixes Opie's mic, makes it louder. So I turn the mix up. Let me turn this up.
Well, they're going to be fine-tuning the next couple days, Anthony.
Go ahead. I'd be in a much better fuck-ass mood if I didn't just get in. What? Yeah, this is fantastic. I know it's going to take fine-tuning, and I'm not going to be an asshole and say, why the fuck isn't it all set up and sounding just dandy on, minute 1 of us being back here, but I just got my ears blown out by Opie. That was great. Isn't one of these things supposed to adjust my mic, and one is supposed to adjust everything else? The one that adjusts my mic just cranked Opie so loud my fucking ears are bleeding. And the one that adjusts the mix, I don't know what it does. Thank you. Thank you. 40 minutes on the fucking expressway.
We're going to get into everything in a second.
That's really loud. Opie is completely blasting my ears out.
I'm scared to talk. Anthony might turn around and go home. He might turn around and go home. All right, he's taking his headphones off.
You try the headphones for a while.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Koeman is not happy.
Koeman.
All right, well, here's the deal. Let me do the big setup here. It's the Opie and Anthony program. We're back live in New York for the first time in about, 2.5 weeks, I think.
Right.
We went on a 2-week vacation, and then first 2 days back, we did Boston. And now,
fun up in Boston.
Now we're back home here in New York City in our brand new studio. It's been brand new since we started, but they came in with a whole crew.
Yeah.
And fixed all the problems, Anthony.
Yeah. Okay. Now I hear you really loud, and I barely hear me at all through the headphones. Jimmy, could you talk?
Hi, Ant. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I hear this kind of weird, too. It doesn't
barely
sound
hear
right
you.
to me.
No, I'm all... Yeah. You want to trade? Here, look at this.
All right.
Here it is. Talk into your headphones.
Hey. Wow.
Hi, Opie.
Hi, Ope. How you doing?
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Wow.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, it's completely different volumes. Well, I started moving this around. Does this help at all when I do this?
What are you doing?
What are you doing
I
now?
don't know
Talk.
what you're doing.
Anything?
I don't know what that is. What?
Nothing changed, right?
I can't tell. You sound like you got a little louder.
I did?
Yeah.
Huh.
You're blasting. I barely hear me.
I feel like I'm underwater.
Yeah.
I sound like I'm underwater to myself.
Well, the sound thing you can get over after a while. You kind of get used to it, depending on different things. But volume is, volume. It's. I hear Opie very loud. I barely hear me.
Well,
so it's pretty much the exact same situation as before I fucking left.
Well, I think
exactly the same. Everything's fucking loud. I can't hear me worth of shit. Thank you. 2.5 fucking weeks. Unbelievable.
This only happens to Anthony maybe 3 times a year, so sit back and enjoy this one, folks.
That cock fucking Long Island Expressway.
There's only like 3 times a year where I'm in a good mood and Anthony's miserable.
Holy shit. I swear to God I need a drink.
All right, well, here's the deal. So we're back at our home studio, and where I sit, everything looks great. I got to tell you, everything looks great. The volume in my headphones, perfect for me.
Sounds great in my headphones. I mean.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I wish I sounded like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they'll fix it.
Let me try one of these.
Stop whining.
Perfect. See?
Stop whining.
That was so, silky smooth in my ears. It's beautiful.
Giving that to me.
Stop whining.
Ah, it's perfect.
Whining.
Yeah, stop whining, Anthony.
Whining.
It's not about you, douchebag.
I can't help it. And then I turn the one that's supposed to turn my mic up. I have 2 little knobs by me now. I used to only have 1 knob open. Did you know that? I had one knob here for my headphone.
Well, I
volume.
got 2 knobs, too.
Now I got 2 knobs. One is supposed to adjust everything.
I got 2 knobs. One's
knobs?
named Jim and one's named Anthony.
A knob. I'm a nab. And then the other knob is just supposed to turn my mic up. And when I turn it up, you get to the point where my ears will drip blood by the end of the show. And I just maybe get distorted or something. I can't tell, but it doesn't go up.
Well, that's why they're here. They're going to fine-tune everything. They recoded everything. They made my board bigger so I don't have to do things to... Remember when, like, stuff wouldn't play on the air because I had to do different things on the board?
I do remember.
That I forgot?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's all set and nice in front of me.
Oh, my God.
My phones are over here, so I can look at you still and end screen calls at the same time. Are you all right, pal?
No. I'm so aggravated.
I was a little nervous because Anthony just arrived. And which is fine, obviously, but I knew today would be one of those days to begin with because we're trying out the equipment for the first time. So at any given moment, someone could have a problem and lose their mind.
Right.
But you were already going into this situation really, really pissed off. So I knew this was just a recipe for disaster.
Yes, absolutely. My goddamn alarm didn't have any volume. Didn't have any volume. I don't know what the reason is or why or how or whose. I had no time to diagnose that fucking problem this morning. But all I know is I woke up and it was 6:15. An hour after I usually get up. Now, when you wake up maybe 10 minutes late, you pretty much have a shot. Right?
Yeah.
10 minutes. You shave off some edges.
Well, you figure something you don't need to do. I don't need to brush my teeth. Screw it.
I'll brush the teeth.
Well, but I'm just saying.
I got dressed in record time and flew out the door. I mean, record time. But it's an hour. Dude, it's an hour late that you woke up. So there's really no shot at making it on time.
And to put it in perspective, Anthony is here by 6.
Yeah,
so he woke up at 6:15.
Oh,
and he still has to commute. He doesn't live in the city. Yeah. I live in the city. I live 14 blocks away. Anthony has to commute like 20 miles, which in New York is just death.
But here it is also. An hour late. If I woke up an hour later and let's say my commute time was going to be exactly the same as it was, still wouldn't be that big a problem. I leave the house at 20 after 6. I'm in 20 minutes later. Gives me, 20 minutes to hang out before the show starts. But that isn't the way things work here in the big city, the Big Apple, New York City. Every minute that ticks by, the traffic gets worse and worse, and worse and worse and worse. So you wake up an hour later, forget about it. When I get up, it's pretty much smooth sailing. When we used to start at 6, remember the olden days?
Sure.
There was nobody on the road. I could do 80 miles an hour the entire way into work.
And get here within 15, 20 minutes.
I've gotten here in 15. It's usually 20 minutes. Now that we start at 7, I could get here in 20, 25 minutes, which is fine. I really have no problem with the commute at that hour. No, when you wake up an hour late, no. Bumper to bumper on Death's Highway, the Long Island Expressway. I wish I could just call in an airstrike on that road and just watch A-10s come down and firebomb that road. Oh, I'm stuck in traffic. Now I'm late, stuck in traffic that I'm usually not stuck in the morning. And I'm getting phone calls about what I'm going to do with my car. What do you want to do? I said, have somebody waiting out in front. I'm just going to jump out and run upstairs for the show. Who do you want to park your car? Poe, Steve, or Ben?
Wow. 3 really bad choices.
There's the choice.
3 horrendous choices.
Do I want the big, heavy, flaming boot on my gas pedal?
Right.
Or do I want Master Poe? I don't know. How does Master Poe drive? I don't know. Do I want Herky Jerky Ben? I don't think I've ever seen Ben drive.
No one has seen Ben drive.
Does he even have a license? I've never seen Ben drive. Come to think of it. Does he drive?
I really don't know.
He was an option, but I chose Steve.
I think you chose the best option.
Chose wisely. And then I've been sitting in the traffic. I'm waiting to go through the Midtown Tunnel, which is another nightmare. And I get a call from our own Eric. Could you meet Poe at the garage and he'll drive? Like, you don't know. Do you understand that I'm going to have to skid to a stop at the door and run up here to make the show? There's no garage. And that's what I did. I skid to a stop. Steve hops in. I say, please tell the monkey at the garage to get me what?
The what?
They are. They're like
the
monkeys
what?
down there. They just, they grab a ticket. They swing to your car. They get something. They're mindless. That's what I mean. Don't try to make something of this that I don't mean. I don't know what they are. What? I call them monkeys. Like a monkey could do Eric's job over there.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And Steve did a great job. I guess no scratches, dings, or dents.
Well,
Steve?
let's find out how the ride was.
Thank
the
you.
ride to the garage was. I'm sure he had to move the seat way back.
Probably.
Did he have to move his seat way back? Because
a little bit. I tried.
Anthony's
not
a very
to touch
thin
it.
person these
No
days.
problem, Steve?
No, I love that car.
Isn't that
wow,
good?
that is fancy schmancy. That is great. No, there's no
not
problem
even,
at all.
That's not even my car.
Oh, no?
My chick's car. Mine is, that's another thing that's got me upset. My Escalade is got battery problems. I get back from vacation.
The car's less than 6 months old.
I know!
I was going to say less than a year old, but it's less than 6 months old.
Dude, I'm livid.
What the hell happened to you?
I get up, I get home after vacation. I go to start it, nothing. This happened once before in the parking garage. I just assumed one of the monkeys left the lights on or something. But no. I try to start it in my garage.
Maybe they're sick of hearing you call them monkeys and decided to do something about it.
No, because I thought perhaps that was what happened. But it wasn't. It wasn't. I left it in my garage at home. And dead battery. So now I got to drive my girlfriend's car around, and mine, I got to get it fixed, I guess. I don't know. How do you do that?
I don't know. I don't know how to do stuff like that. Are you kidding me?
Do that?
I had to mail something the other day. I didn't even know what a stamp cost.
You don't know what a stamp costs?
Well, now I know it's 37 cents.
37 cents.
Honestly, I had to mail my birthday card to my nephew down in Florida, and I'm like, wow,
Your nephew, Frank.
I realized that I haven't mailed a letter in years.
No?
I haven't mailed a letter in years.
There's no need to.
I had no idea how much a stamp costs.
There's no need to mail letters.
And I had like 35-cent stamps laying around. So when was it 35 cents?
I couldn't even tell you when they changed those things. I don't know.
So then I'm confused, and I'm at the post office, and I had to ask somebody. And they laughed at me.
Of course they did.
So then I had to get like 2 cent stamp, whatever. Well, like
you had to put that little stamp on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the useless
I don't
stamp.
know. I don't know stuff like that.
Did you get your taxes out?
I guess.
What?
Yeah, I signed something.
Didn't Bob send you a bunch of all those big envelopes?
Yeah, I guess. I signed it.
The sign here. Don't you feel sometimes that you could just be getting yourself in a lot of trouble?
Yeah.
Because we just get these tax forms, and we're kept men. We're kept men by our agents and stuff. And there's these little tags on there that say, sign here. And do you look over anything?
No, of course not.
You just sign it, you pop it in the envelope.
Because the tax packet that we get is, I don't know, it's like 20, 30 pages thick,
30
right?
at least, yeah.
At least, and
there's a few of them.
Who has time to read? So I just go where I have to sign, go to that page, and
sign here.
I sign them all, and then you know what I do? I double-check to make sure I signed everywhere I'm supposed to sign.
Well, I do that, too. I don't want it coming back.
That's about it.
Yeah, real responsible. I double-check my signature, make sure I've signed everything properly.
Anthony and I, we truly believe that we have the most trustworthy agent in the business, and they're all
better.
And they're all scumbags.
You know what?
Every single one of them is a scumbag. Yep. But we think we've picked the best one, and we've had him for a very long time.
But
and he's done right by us. But we don't know.
Celebrities
we don't know.
That get the agents, and you read in the paper that they were ripped off for millions of bucks. Don't you think they trusted their agent?
Well, Billy Joel.
Completely.
Billy Joel's a good example.
Look at that.
Billy Joel had what? A family member, like his ex-wife's brother, or I don't know, somebody very, very close to him, taking care of all his business affairs, and took him for millions.
Yep, took him for
So what chance do we have?
None.
There are times that we get packets from our agent, and we have to sign checks for people that I've never even met.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do they do for us?
I don't know what some of those names are. Like, oh, okay, I'll write a check out for that because Bob said so. Bob could have other IDs with those names on them.
Right.
I don't know. He's cashing those checks.
So anyway.
Yeah, well, I hope he's trustworthy.
Well, this is...
By the way, dinner with Bob next week.
Oh, you got
Wednesday.
that? You got that?
I talked to him last night.
You got that call?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, another fun thing. You want to come, Jimmy?
Well, Jimmy comes every once in a while.
Want
To
to come
those?
have dinner with Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, thrill?
Sure. Oh, yeah, it'd be great. It's fun.
Yeah.
So you calming down?
I'm trying. As I'm talking into this, it's making just this wacky muffled sound, and I don't know.
Well, they're going to fix everything, Anthony.
I just want it to sound like it did in Washington.
They,
without ever having to go to Washington ever again.
I hate to tell you.
What?
But it sounds perfect in my headphones.
Yeah.
So
there's always been a problem.
So I think they're going to be able to fix you very easily. Yeah, they told me they're going to have
Real
to
quick, let me hear you.
They're going to have to fine tune. They're going to have to fine tune everything.
So I know what good sounds like.
This is how I sound.
How about that? How about wow? You are loud.
Well, I have no.
Yeah.
You know, I've lost 20% of my hearing easily.
What?
Huh? What happened?
What? All right.
All right. So you're here.
Yeah, I'm here, calming down, trying to anyway.
Ed Schwartz is here.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of people.
He's the Rain Man that really recoded this whole place. They call it recoding or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know how anyone tested this mic though and heard this and went,
Can
it's a go.
Can we get Ed Schwartz on the air?
Go.
Because I walked in and this guy is the most sarcastic son of a bitch I've ever met in my life.
Oh, really?
And I love sarcasm.
Oh, boy.
He's forced to be here today.
He doesn't want to be here?
Well, he's a very, very busy man down in Washington.
Yeah, you know what I think, too? Washington is just this pristine, great, technologically advanced environment. And then he comes here, and it's probably like leaving and going to one of those Russian space stations from our plush palatial space stations.
Wait, he doesn't want to come on the air? We're not going to make fun of him.
Oh, he's not like that.
What's he doing?
He's the top. I mean, you guys got to understand when you're talking satellite radio and all that, the technology involved is ridiculous, and he's the top honcho.
He's the guy.
I mean, the stuff they have to do to get all these channels working and satellites up into space. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and he's the Baghdadi tech guy. So I walk in and Ed's like, "This should be really exciting." I'm like, "What?" This is the first live broadcast that I'm going to be listening to since I was in New York back in the 70s, listening to Bob and Ray.
Really?
Yeah. Basically saying, look, I hope everything works because I need to get back to Washington.
Yeah, I'm done
assholes.
here. I'm through with you, tools.
But as dry as can be and as sarcastic as can be, he's abusing me. It's great. Yeah, this should be really exciting radio. Just like the time I listened and watched at the same time Bob and Ray. Bob and Ray is like two old-timers, right?
Oh, yeah. They're the Opie and Anthony of the 60s.
Jesus. So he won't come on the air? He's a very interesting cat.
He'll come in after he finishes fixing Anthony's problem.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From out there, yeah.
Could he jump on mine, too? Because do I sound good to you guys?
Yeah, you sound perfect. You guys all sound perfect to me in the headphones.
I sound horrible to me, like I'm underwater. I can't hear myself.
Yeah.
All right, well, they're going to adjust all this stuff.
Okay.
I have all the confidence in the world. They really ripped the whole damn place apart while we were gone.
I like that sound we got in Washington.
That's what I got for me. So.
Oh, lucky you.
It doesn't sound as sharp, which means I feel like I can save some of my hearing in the next few years.
I sound like underwater.
Really?
Oh, wow, you do.
So muffled.
Yeah, it's awful.
All right, well, they'll work it out. That's why all the guys are here.
Yep, they didn't leave.
No, they didn't leave. They weren't stupid.
Bitching.
They weren't stupid.
Are we going to go to the phones at all?
Yeah, I want to try those out now.
See how they work?
Steve on Long Island. What's up, Steve?
Hey, guys. Hey, Sugar Tits.
How do we sound on the phones?
You guys sound fine.
Yeah.
Fine on the phones.
Thanks.
Cool.
And I can relate to your traffic problem, man. Yeah. I'm going east. I'm in Southampton. It took me 20 minutes to go a half a mile.
Yeah, everyone's got to deal with their traffic, but when you're in New York and you're on that Long Island Expressway, that is the worst traffic in the country.
It's
right
awful.
There. It is just the worst, and it puts you in a mood before you even get to where you're going.
It amazes me that they haven't figured out that problem. It just amazes me.
The thing is, I'm a postal worker, so pissing me off this early in the morning is not a fucking good thing.
You know those postal workers.
Yes, you do.
Uh-oh.
And especially when these ass-clown illegals cut over at the last minute, and there's 7 of them in a car like a clown car. You know, the only thing missing is fucking makeup.
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up!
guys.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
All right.
It's funny because, I'm a suburb guy, big time. That road drove me nuts when we were doing afternoon. So we're not even commuting with the regular rush hour traffic, coming and going from New York City.
Nope.
It got so bad when Anthony and I were doing that commute thing, I had to give up.
Yeah, you gave up.
I gave up on where I really want to live, which is in the suburbs. I like the suburbs, you know? And I had to finally get a place in New York City. I just had to do it.
Had to
because it was taking us an hour and a half each way. So that was 3 hours a day. And I know there's people out there like rolling their eyes like that's nothing, pal. But we're talking, this is off peak.
Yep.
Off peak 3 hours a day commuting. That's before you even do your job.
Yeah, before anything. Before you get to the place that pisses you off, you're completely pissed off.
That's 15 hours a week.
Oh.
That you're in a car or, I would give up and then, try the train thing. And then I finally had to just give up altogether and just decide, well, I guess New York is a cool place to live. I'll make it work somehow. But then, doing the morning radio, Anthony figured he could live out there because, you got the easy commute in because no one's on the road yet.
Not on the road. It's relatively close to the city. It's not that bad. Instant feedback. Everybody checking in saying Jim sounds low. Anthony sounds lower than Jim and Anthony sound lower. Opie's booming. Opie's the control freak. Jimmy and Ann sound like they're 5 feet from the mic. Opie's twice as loud as Anthony and Norton.
Wow, all right.
So that's the problem we have now.
I'm right on the mic, though. I'm talking real close.
Oh, yeah, me too. It doesn't matter, though.
Well, I just turned you guys up over here. Let's see what happens. But to me, in the headphones, everything, I'm not even, kidding. Everything sounds exactly the same. So
sounds awful on the headphones to me.
Terrible.
Well, they're gonna adjust as we go.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little awkward today,
So
that'll be today's excuse.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
What you've had to do is pot us up on the board to the point where you can't move the faders anymore.
Yeah, well, I'll lower me.
Oh, brother.
I'll turn you guys up and let's see what that does.
There we go. Oh, hey.
Chad in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Chad.
How do the phones sound?
They sound good. You guys sound fine.
Good.
All right.
So maybe that's
taken
solved.
care of. Very good.
All right, go ahead, Chad.
I sound like crap, though. I've been sick all week. But
oh, what's the matter, Chad?
A little sore.
I don't care.
Jimmy had a rough
Who
weekend.
cares?
Just tell Ed to take his Bowler Escalade up to the dealership and get that thing fixed. They'll give you another Escalade to drive around for a week.
Yeah, sure they will. That's not what happens. That ain't what happens. I've had other problems, and they don't do that.
Really?
They bring it in. Bring it in and leave it there.
You spend all that money on that big piece, and they give you what, nothing?
Yeah,
all right, well,
believe me, I'm not happy about that whole situation.
That's too bad.
I'm not going to badmouth them because we'll probably get fired because it's all the same company.
Is it really?
And General Motors. They own a big chunk of this. And, XM's got huge deals with General Motors. But so, giving them the benefit of the doubt, and I want it taken care of. That's all.
Maybe you could do what I did with my Dell problem. You go to somebody in the company, and they will kind of backdoor you into somebody who actually can help.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, because you don't deal with the regular customer service.
I don't understand why a battery would go dead like that. This thing's supposed to have all these safety things in place where the battery cannot go dead. You can leave your lights on. You can shut your car off, turn every goddamn electrical thing on in your car, and walk away. And the car knows to shut everything down so as not to kill your battery. I walk out, nothing's been on. Let me try. Oh, nothing. Doesn't start. What the Oh, you try. You just try in this life, don't you? And you constantly get a big boot in the face.
I was going to say a big wheelchair Fred dildo, right?
That thing.
Right in the keister.
God damn. What a disgusting display that was.
Well, we'll get into that in a minute.
I bet the thing that's supposed to protect you from getting turned off is what drains your battery.
Yeah.
The little machine that tests everything
That's
is probably
probably
what eats your
it.
battery and kills it.
The little gizmo that tells the car to shut down the battery if it's going dead probably killed the battery.
Let's say hi to Dave in Colorado. Dave.
Hey, what's going on?
What's
hey,
up?
Dave, how was that snow?
Oh, yeah. Eat it, buddy. Hey, where's Anthony this morning? I don't hear him on the radio.
Oh, brother.
I hear him in the background, but...
Oh, boy, thank you. Thank you. This is making me feel just dandy.
Is he freaking out? Is he twisting knobs yet?
It's great when
What a
Anthony...
scumbag. Shut up. I hope you die in an avalanche, you prick.
Hey, love you guys, man. Take it easy.
All right, Dave.
Bye, mister.
I love these type of shows because it's very rare that Anthony is just out of his mind at any given time. You can hear a string of curse words you've never heard before.
I know. I don't understand. If only the alarm went off, I could probably handle the technical glitches.
I was just glad to get back to New York finally because
I
mean we've been on the road between vacation and going down to Washington, then Boston. It seemed like a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just very excited to strap on my rollerblades.
Oh, you bladed here today.
My Solomon inline skates.
Oh.
And that's my new commute now that winter's over. I'm just very happy.
Opie's skating. Super smile on his face as he looks up at the spring leaves coming in, and there's me trying to get here in record time.
My commute was exactly 4.5 minutes.
4.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Nice commute.
And then I have Master Poe at the front door saying how impressive I am on my skates.
Oh, there you go. A little compliment on your skating prowess.
Well, because you have to go downhill.
That's hard.
To where we broadcast, just a slight downhill, and then I do a casual T stop in front of him.
Really?
And he thinks that's just amazing and impressive.
How do you keep from getting out of control speed going downhill? Do you slalom a little bit?
No.
Or do you point your toes in?
No, you just kind of go with it.
Do you make pizza wedges like they teach you in skiing?
Do some T stops if you have to.
Oh, is that it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm like, Poe, if you think that's impressive, get in your car and watch me zig in and out of traffic during rush hour.
That's good. That's good. You'll be like that doctor that got hit with the ambulance.
Holy ass. Proving there's no God, by the way.
Yeah, this woman's like this renowned cancer doctor, just saving people's lives.
This lady, I've been reading about her the last couple of days. She was pretty much the top of her field, making a lot of people just, feel as good as they can. They have the big C. And she's been working.
Big casino, Tony.
She's been working miracles with a lot of people, and they've been interviewing a lot of these people that have been cured of their cancer. And you can't find one bad thing about this lady.
No.
She gets hit by an ambulance.
Hit by an ambulance. What irony?
Knocked out. I mean, she won. I mean, like Ann said, top of her field, prestigious, winning all sorts of awards.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these patients have said, a lot of these cancer doctors, they don't really give a fuck about you. It's a business like anything else, but this lady really did care about her patients.
Yep.
Really cared.
Wham.
Dead.
Dead. Right there in the crosswalk.
Dead. Just in the crosswalk in an ambulance.
You know what? I got to say.
Just rolls her over. Knocks her over.
I don't know all the details, but if she was standing off the sidewalk in that crosswalk when someone's trying to make a turn like that, I can't put all the blame on the ambulance driver.
Anthony.
These pedestrians?
Pedestrians?
New York?
They're stupid.
Oh, my God. I'm in a cardboard tube all of a sudden. What did you just turn? Jesus Christ. Opie, they're turning levels and knobs.
I know. Well, I want to paint the picture. We got tech guys all over the studio right now.
I know, crawling around.
Just panicking because they know Ant's going to freak at any moment. It's funny because when I freak...
leave it like that. That'll work for now.
When I freak, people are like, it's just Opie's an asshole. But when Anthony freaks, it's a whole different thing that happens. People really get very nervous and on edge.
Yeah.
Because they don't expect it from you.
No, and I don't usually do it. It's just I explode like that. I get so pissed off.
Right. Well, people get killed in the crosswalks almost every day here.
Pedestrians in Manhattan are assholes.
Almost every day.
They're a huge inconvenience. There are a certain amount of lanes of traffic that cars are driving in. And some of those lanes are sometimes taken up by pedestrians that instead of being on the sidewalk, they're in the crosswalk waiting to walk across.
Yeah.
And now they're taking up the extreme right lane. They're in there. So when you're going to make those turns sometimes, you have to beep and send them back onto the sidewalk. And apparently there was some sun glaring in the ambulance driver's eyes and didn't see. She must have been standing in the crosswalk. She wasn't on the curb. So she turned and wham. Not even hit with the bumper and then thrown like some of those things, just hit with the tires.
Yeah.
Oh, when you're hit with the tires, it's over, Johnny.
Of course.
Especially in an ambulance.
I'm getting really distracted because one of the text guys is giving me the signal like... well, your mic is cut off. Is that what he was telling me to do, is to cut your mic? All right, Jimmy's out. Jimmy's out.
Jimmy out. Done.
Hey, it was nice working with you. Back to Opie and Anthony.
There you go.
It was all about us anyway.
Back to the old days.
Thank
You
God.
got a phone, Opie? Let's make a prank phone call. We'll make it like the olden days.
All right, it's going to be a little weird today, guys. Just like we told you when we were in Boston yesterday.
Yeah, we have excuses for every day.
Well, it's nice, though, because now we can tell people to look forward to tomorrow's show.
Right.
Now we'll get some good shit.
It's always something to look forward to on this show.
Yeah.
Always something better the next day.
Jimmy's just sitting there with his arms folded. Are you sad, happy?
I'm fine.
You're fine?
Sure, it'll get fixed.
All right.
You know what? I was always... When they said they were fixing everything,
yeah,
I was like, that's great, and I have total faith that things will get fixed. But I was very skeptical that you can test things without being on the air. I feel that is completely impossible and unrealistic.
Well, they kind of told us that, though.
You cannot test. So, you know something? I think it would have been very clever and almost, entertaining and funny to have a test show.
With tech guys?
Where just tech guys get on and you tune in our channel and you hear, test, does this work? What does this sound like? Like, what not? You could do that for a half hour just to see what it sounds like.
You know what? I was ready to say I'd rather watch paint dry, that old gag.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm with you on that.
It would kind of be...
I would be tuning into that.
I would tune into the tech guy test show.
Yeah.
Just do it. Maybe even 10 minutes. And then if they need to fix something, you pop back on a bit, you tinker with it, and then you're back on for 10 more minutes. Just to test it out, because I do not feel you can test things unless you're actually on the air doing it. Because now, look, our levels have to be way up in order for us to even be heard.
Yeah, but they're doing something over here.
Over there? That screen that I can't see whatsoever? I don't even know what you're looking at, Opie. Opie's got screens in front of him. I can't even see him.
Don't worry, you don't want to see
He's looking at level. He's like you're looking. And
don't worry. It just makes me look important. I have no idea what it does. I have no clue. But guests come in and they see these things around me and go, wow, he must be the brains of the operation. Look at all those things he's responsible for.
Things. It makes people think if they come in here that had an inkling that they wanted to get into radio.
Yeah.
They go, well, I wanted to. It seemed easy, but I don't know what that is. I can't just sit down and do radio.
How many years does it take to figure out that thing?
To learn that thing. I don't even know what is that.
I have no idea.
It's like a round thing? What?
Dude, I don't know.
Whoa! You have something that looks like a boat radar. That's all I can explain. It looks like boat radar. What are you tracking there? Is there a storm? Is that a Doppler 5000?
I think there's a cold front moving in, Anthony. I don't know. I swear I have no idea. You know what I do, though? Every once in a while, I'll look over at it, though. Look over at it.
I see.
Okay,
look,
good.
All right, that
good,
thing is...
Good. So.
Flux capacitor is fluxing.
All right, why don't we take a break? Because I think they want to work on a few levels.
Well, let me just hear this.
Ooh, you sound a lot nicer.
Does it sound better?
I got to turn you down a little bit.
What happened, Jimmy?
My big debut. Mars went down, and I still sound terrible to myself, though.
To yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just sound-wise, but content.
Is that it? Yeah, can you do something about that?
Yeah.
Can you change what comes out of my mouth to be funny?
Yeah, could you install a funny bone as well as fixing the pads on this?
Take out wrenched ankle. Funny bone.
Yeah, it still sounds weird to me.
Yeah, I need my
okay with me?
I need my funny meter changed over here.
Yeah, do you have a funny meter over there?
Obviously not.
That isn't peaking.
That's a little...
The levels are low on the funny meter today.
My levels on my funny meter have been low for a long time.
That's not true.
Could someone fix that for me? All right.
I'm just talking for a second to hear if it sounds okay. It still sounds a little bit underwater, no?
People want to know if Don Geronimo was driving that ambulance. That's very funny.
Okay.
Killer.
All right, we're back in New York City. It's the Opie and Anthony program. And,
Murderer.
And we got Lewis Black calling in today.
Ooh.
He's too lazy to come in? Old friend Lewis Black, I guess he has a new book out, and he'll talk about that today on the program.
Is he in New York? Will he be calling from blocks away? No, okay, because that wouldn't be... He would have no excuse for that.
His publicist actually did say when he was promoting his book he would contact the radio show.
Yeah, and he's promoting his book, and he'll be in.
Cool.
But he did call.
Oh,
he called earlier.
Cool.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Ben.
He will be in the studio in a couple of weeks. He's just on this book tour, and he's flying all over the place and all that.
All right, well, that's good.
He is coming in when he's actually in town for a while.
All right.
So, I know
Thank
he's
you,
been
Ben.
bouncing all over the place.
Ben, I have a question. Do you drive?
Yes, I drive.
You have a license?
Not that often. Yeah, I have a
Not that
driver's
often.
license. Not that often. I have a car. I just
You have
never
a
use
car
it.
and everything?
I have a car, yeah.
Where do you keep that?
Across the street from my house, which
In
is
Manhattan?
retarded. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Are you constantly changing? A parking garage, or do you have
parking
to park on the
garage?
street?
No. That's stupid. Your car will get broken. He does that. Opie does that. I don't.
Well, yeah, sort of. When the car's in the city.
Yeah. I've seen
So it's
too
that
many
whole
windows
changing
broken.
back and forth, alternate side parking crime that they pull on you here in the city.
Well, I'll get my car back out to Long Island the next couple of days. I mean, but yeah, right now because I drove to Boston, it's in the city. But
Stop with Long Island, please.
I like the Long Island thing.
Thanks.
Long Island is very nice. Getting into it back and forth from the city is a pain in the ass unless you do it when it's still dark out. But Long Island is very pleasant.
How do you guys? I drive one time out there, and I just wanted to cut my own throat on the LA.
I understand the driving part, but the pleasure of living. Do you know what a weekend is like out on Long Island? It's wonderful. Birds are tweeting. I look out my window. Do you know what we got at the house, Opie?
Oh my God!
We got
what the hell is happening to you? I don't even
little bird feeder, and we stuck it on the back window, and the little cardinals and birds tweet, and they grab little sunflower seeds, and you go, "Ooh, look, there's a little Tweety bird out the window." And the squirrels try to get to it, but they can't jump that high. But gosh darn it, they try. And they walk up, and sometimes the birds drop some of the little seeds, and the squirrels come up and eat some of the seeds. And it's a perfect little suburban day.
You do realize you used to have threesomes, right?
Yeah. I don't know what happened. I don't know what.
I just want to wake you up a little bit.
I'm looking at.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Looking at birds out my back window, Opie. Could you hear this?
Shoot me. Shoot me. You know how that should have went? There's a little bird outside the window. Get the bat.
I'm not saying that there aren't other things to do, but it just conjures up. It's that suburban living on a weekend when you're not commuting into the city or something. It's very pleasant.
It lowers your blood pressure to.
It's wonderful
to watch the birds feed.
You hear the little children playing in another yard somewhere, a few houses away.
Maybe a dog barking in the distance.
Little dog bark. Maybe you hear a couple of the landscapers. Doing a lawn down the street, the smell of cut grass filling the neighborhood. That's nice. Not a black person to be seen. Oh, wait. Maybe I shouldn't have gone that far. I'm teasing, of course. Shut up.
Oh, my God.
It's suburban living, Opie.
Maybe a little ice cream
truck. Country. Oh, the ice cream truck is coming down the street. And there's the little kids. Stop! That's the wonder of suburban living, Opie. Out far from the city. Oh, close enough to work. But on the weekends, you just want to remove yourself from, may I say, the hustle and bustle of city life and just sit there. Maybe I'm sitting on my back deck. Honey, could you get me an ice-cold iced tea? And then I kick back and watch the birds. Watch the children bicycle down the street. Watch everyone of the same race, creed, and color enjoying country life. Perhaps you can light up a Lucky Strike cigarette. It's the wonders of suburban living, Jimmy. That's why I live out on Long Island. The commute, sure, that's a bad thing. But it's the weekends I look forward to. The sights and smells of wonderful country living. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Beaver! Beaver! This song does conjure up nice living, doesn't it?
Like sand through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Wow. You rule, Bernie.
Bernie.
No, please do.
This one, right? It's this,
Oh, what are
you motherfucker! Tony, you're asking for trouble. Tony.
Oh, he's coming over. Oh, Bernie, sit down. It's getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting real hot in
Bernie, you
here.
don't have to take that. You don't have to take that, Bernie.
All right, sit down.
Stand up for your rights, Bernie.
Sit down, Bernie. Sit down. It's okay.
It's okay, Poe.
Sit down.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's okay.
All right, have Bernie sit down.
Take a seat.
Let's all calm down.
That's all right. Yeah. Hand over that fucking CD.
Oh, you gotta have another.
You lunatic.
All right, Bernie.
Oh, he's fine, Paul. Oh, he's fine.
You tell him to relax.
Tell him.
Yeah, everyone just relax.
Everybody relax.
All he did was take the CD out.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Keep your CD. I won't be here again.
Bernie! Bernie! Bernie's leaving! Oh, man. All right, he's walking up.
Wow, man.
Holy shit.
Wow. That was
Dude,
legendary.
That was the rage. That was what happened on that
Oh,
train.
my God. I'm not even kidding.
That was what happened on that train. We saw it.
He was out of his mind.
Hey, you know what's odd? We were talking about Rain Man, and when you were watching Rain Man, remember, it was kind of like you look at Dustin Hoffman and go, not too bad. He's a little kooky and stuff, but he seems nice and sweet. And then that time he lost it at the airport.
Oh, yeah.
He just like, just lost his. That's what we saw. That snap.
That was right now. You just threw his CD. It was like a Pop-Tart in the toaster and a little smoke billowing up, and he couldn't handle it.
Right.
No,
Imagine
but
that,
you didn't see it coming. Like,
No.
It was just...
It came out of nowhere. He just
Fuck you. Keep your CD.
Yeah. Keep your CD. Fuck you. And take this with you. You
Have another.
Keep your CD. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
Anthony and I came up with something years ago. Basically, it says,
Whip 'em out Wednesday.
big, luscious, juicy ones.
Wow.
The swinging tribute to unrestrained female anatomy.
It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Yes, it's Whip 'em Out Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, it is.
It is time to promote the hell out of that. That old gag.
Right.
We love that old gag, though. It works nicely. Especially with the warm weather starting to hit the rest of the country, finally.
Yes.
Except for Boston. Ben was telling me that it started snowing in Boston after we left or something like that.
Of course it did.
And Kurt Schilling's pitching tonight, and it's going to be like 32 degrees at the
Yeah.
ballpark. Awful.
Schilling. And his ankle. Good. Have fun. I was so pissed off at the Yankees. They stunk up the joint. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my...
You're still trying to adjust crap?
Yeah.
well, real fast, the WoW phenomenon.
Like in a tube. What are you laughing at over there, Jimmy? You're reading...
Go ahead, what?
You guys, O&A are in a Hustler. And what issue is this?
July 2005. It was just handed to us during the commercial break. I don't know when this hits newsstands because we get these ahead of time. But, yeah, we made Hustler magazine, July 2005.
Big article.
Right on the cover it says, "Holy fuck, Opie and Anthony Uncensored." And, man, did they come in on a good day. We haven't done a lot of naked chicks on the brand new radio show, believe it or not. And you would think we would do more because we're uncensored now completely with this satellite radio thing.
Yeah.
But we've kind of backed off on it because I don't know, it's just... We just kind of ran out of things to do with the chicks. But, with that said, Hustler came in the day we had just all-out lesbianism going on. There's a girl right on our broadcast counter here just getting eaten out by another chick.
Yeah, right there.
I don't even remember doing this.
No.
This was probably like the first couple weeks of the show, right?
Yeah.
But what are you laughing at? You saw a line that...
There's one thing where they're talking about doing Tony Danza, and it said, Anthony impersonated the talk show host so convincingly the fan thought she was actually talking to Danza. Anthony was trying to pick her up, Opie remarks, laughing, saying, "Hey, you know how I get a little nervous before the show. Why don't you come back to my dressing room and relieve me?" Then Anthony asked the chick if she took it in the
ass. Subtle. This isn't like an interview you see in the Daily News or
we're fortunate
or anything.
Yeah, we're fortunate enough to get to do a lot of interviews. You're right. But where else would you see?
Take it in the ass.
Taylor Law. This is the day Taylor Law was in here because there's a picture of Opie. There's a picture of you guys. There's a hot picture of her and another chick kissing.
Yeah.
Her and another chick having oral sex. Her licking another chick's breast.
Yep.
And then me and hugging her and holding her leg. It's very
That's
nice.
Steve C's smiling face behind those girls?
Yeah.
Yeah, Martini Steve makes
cozy smiling face.
Because you know he tells everybody at home, I'm not even in the same room when that kind of stuff goes on. I have to go in and mix things and work on the editing for the show.
Yeah, there's a girl tweaking nipples with a smiling Steve head right behind her.
Explain how they superimposed your bare face there, stupid.
He's pretty much making a lesbian sandwich. I mean,
yes.
Who are you kidding, man?
Look at that dumb smile on his face. I was thinking about something else.
How do I make this into a promo?
Yes. I was just thinking of what Ramon would have said had he seen this. Then you finish.
Ramon, get the dildo. Oh, God.
Ramon, call Dominic Barber.
He gets really mad when we talk about that.
Yes, he does.
Ben gave me a talking to in Boston that Steve was very pissed off.
A talking to.
Ben goes, Steve's not happy that you said that he stayed home because he's trying to save his marriage. I'm like, Jesus, God, everyone has got to relax around here. They're just jokes. What happened to having a sense of humor?
Of course.
All right, well, this is cool.
Yeah, it's a great article, man.
I want to read the dirty stuff on the air. Because we can do that now.
Dirty stuff.
But it's the July 2005 Hustler magazine.
Yeah.
And it looks like they did a pretty good job.
Excellent job.
All right, they talk about Tony Danza. They talk about the time John Valby was in here. They got the whole lesbian thing as the main focus with the pictures. They show us in the studio broadcasting.
Article we can't show anybody.
Huh?
It's an article we can't show anybody.
Why not?
You taking that home to Mom? Hey, Mom. Check out the Hustler magazine.
They got some of the good Howard stuff in here, I see, as I scan the article. Looks like the guy did a pretty good job. A thorough job.
With the exception of, and comedian Jim Norton dropped in.
Like I said, they did a great job of this article.
I didn't just drop in. That's a bunch of lies.
A very, very accurate article, I must say.
No, it's not true at all. And I don't like the way they always quote an awful line that I do. It's like, this is the one line they quote from me. You fucking insane idiot, Norton screamed at a conspiracy theorist. Well, that makes me sound like a really talented comic.
Like I said, a very accurate article.
It's not an accurate article. I happen to say some clever things sometimes.
I think there's just a little too much Jim Norton exposure in our Hustler article.
I got 2 mentions.
2 little quotes and a picture.
Please, you don't think that's what I was scanning the article for? You think I really speed read?
We're all like that, though.
I know, I'm looking for a J or an N.
Every article Anthony and I do, I don't give a crap what Anthony said.
No, you just...
I'm like, I want to see if I look good in this article.
You got to count quotes.
And then when Anthony and I get pissed off because then there's something I said that was quoted to Anthony and vice versa. Yeah. They always make that mistake. In other words, making me funnier.
So you're going to bring this home to Mom? And
yeah, my mom is actually very cool with this stuff.
Would she be cool with page 74?
Well, let me take a look at page 74, Anthony.
Go to page 74, just a few pages away from our article.
All right. Whoa, wow. Hey, Hustlers, 31 flavors.
It's 31 pussies through the years, from 1974 to 2004, and they show the changing style of the snatch over... Wow, 31 years.
1974, they were going going without the hair too, huh?
74? No, that's red hair.
Reddish.
It's a big red bush.
Look at 1976.
Oh, I thought that was a bruise.
Oh my God, 76 is just disgusting. Oh,
who the hell was into oral sex?
It looks like an alien wearing Ralph Cramden's raccoon hat.
Look at 1989. It looks like a monkey's face.
Where is that? 89. Jesus. Wow.
What kind of monkey is that for the people at home? Come on, Anthony, you know a little about everything.
I believe that's a macaque.
A macaque?
I think it's a macaque.
Looks like a monkey's face. Doesn't it?
88.
It looks like...
You can't even see Snatch.
Where's 88?
That looks like...
That's Snatch?
That's a hatchet wound to Samuel L. Jackson's head in Pulp Fiction.
Whoever likes hair is an idiot. Shave it all off. Look at it. Yep. It's just gross.
What about
1987 is the famous chew up some Hubba Bubba and then throw it on a barbershop floor.
Oh, yeah. What about 1991? It's gray pubic hair for some reason.
91. Ooh.
Gray pubic hair was in?
That is weird. That does have a Dr. Zayas quality to it. Wow. There really aren't many attractive ones in this.
1996, the Kid and Play look.
And look at 2000, the cleft palate box.
Ah. And 2001 looks like a fine ebony princess.
Yeah, and
looks like a wallet, sir.
And the Pearsons made their appearance starting in 1999 for you people keeping track at home.
Ooh. Yeah, well, so you think this would be fine to have laying around Mom's house?
Well,
she's thumbing through. Let's see what kind of fine publication is doing an article on my son.
Well, I mean, wow. Well, right after our article is just a massive lesbian pictorial.
Oh, my goodness. Look at page 94.
All right.
Look at the little picture on page 94.
See, I wish everyone could play along at home, but this Hustler's not out yet. No. I think it hits the newsstands maybe next week or something. 94?
Yeah. You could probably pick up any Hustler and just blurt out page numbers, and believe me, there'll be something.
Hey, wow, look at that.
You see the picture of the girl there with the big black one in her mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be lovely?
I don't think Mom's going to get to page 94.
You don't think? She might not want to see what type of publication?
I think Mom will see Hustler's 31 Flavors. I think she'll have to check out the two blondes going at it, because that's right after our article. And what's right before our article? Oh, Nicole Richie naked and Sharon Stone naked.
I think they use cake icing.
Huh?
I think they use like strudel icing in these pictures.
We talked to the guy from Penthouse.
Yeah.
They do something with that.
Yeah, that's not a money shot right there. That's
All right, well.
Go ahead. Can I tell you how hot this Jessica James is, Hustler's first contract girl? Wow, is she sexy. The centerfold.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, real big man in the boat.
Oh,
I love it.
Yeah, it's too big, bro.
It's not too big. It's lovely.
I don't get that.
Oh, God. See, you like a girl with a schlong.
No, it's just a big clit.
That is too big.
It's not.
No, I don't get that.
That's like her pinky sticking out.
Exactly.
No.
Not
fantastic.
Good.
No.
Not good.
No.
Anything resembling a male phallus.
No, it's just the more vag, the better.
That looks like a guy.
She's really hot.
Not the more vag.
All right, we're going to have to scan this article to get the good quotes.
It's got to look nice and self-contained like a chimp mouth.
No. It should be fat. It should be fat like a chimp's mouth.
Yeah.
But it should just be spilling out all over the place.
Out of it. Like one of those Lancelot Link's secret chimp shows where it's a chimp mouth, but he's smoking a cigarette. Hey, Mata.
Like an overflowing closet, just stuff hanging all out of it. Like, what is that?
Well, this is a nice surprise today. Hustler, yes. July 2005. We knew it was coming out soon, but I didn't know we'd get an advance copy today. Look for that on your newsstand.
Your newsstand? Can you actually find it on your newsstand?
Yeah,
is
sure
it behind
you can.
The counter?
Nah.
Camouflaged somewhere?
All right. Where were we? Because that was a nice distraction.
It was something I saw quickly yesterday as we were driving away from Paradise in Boston. It was Kermit guy. What the hell was his name?
Frank from Jersey.
Frank from Jersey, who didn't know it, but he sounded just like Kermit the Frog. He was pushing Wheelchair Fred down, what road were we on there? Boston.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Isn't that Commonwealth Road?
Commonwealth?
Maybe.
Yeah. He's pushing Fred, and he's pushing him down the street, and he's holding one of those huge Opie and Anthony signs.
Right.
And I guess some wind grabbed it, so he kind of let go of Fred for a second to steady the sign, and the road is crowned in a way where it kind of goes downhill into the gutter, and Fred made an abrupt right-hand turn and smashed into the curb right as I was driving away. I saw this scene unfolding in front of me. The guy didn't want to lose his Opie and Anthony sign. He released Fred, who smashed into the curb.
He knows what's more important in his life.
It was the funniest goddamn thing.
A stupid Opie and Anthony poster is more important than a human life to Frank.
Although he did clean up the feces that Fred left in the hotel room, which amazes me, but that doesn't seem all that right in the head anyway.
Well, that show was very, very tough to do yesterday.
Oh, we were getting some really bad feedback from Whackbag. I know a couple of people were. Oh, that show stunk. It blew.
Actually, it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
I listened on the way home, and it wasn't that bad.
I said if we were in that situation doing that show on a daily basis, I'd jump out the window.
Oh, we wouldn't have an audience. We know that.
But there's some weird shows like that are kind of cool if they're a one-off, You go in that situation and do a show. It was like an unplugged.
Right.
Well, the audience was very involved and very there with the show.
Well, so. Frank describing how he had to clean up Wheelchair Fred's shit was...
Yeah, come on.
Was
in the
worth
Kermit
the price
voice.
of admission there.
The Kermit.
In the Kermit voice, yeah. Listening to the replay, oh my God, that was really funny.
Yeah, I had no clue.
Let me go to the phone and say hi to Greg in Canada, listening to us illegally. Hey, Greg, what's up?
Hey guys, what's happening?
Hey man,
how did the phone sound?
Oh, actually, it sounds pretty good after all that bitching and whining Opie's been doing the last couple of months. I'm sure happy to hear that.
Yeah, definitely.
You hear me?
It's a new...
How's our little underrated comic doing over there since he was neglected?
Jim Norton?
That's the one.
Nah, Norton's very happy. He got more exposure in this article than he usually gets. I'm sure he would like more exposure, and he should get more exposure, but at least they got his picture in the article and a few quotes, so...
I don't even do the interviews anymore. I just kind of play. It's not necessary. As long as the show, believe me, if the show is doing well, I'm doing well.
Oh, good. Well, putting you and exposure and scatological in the same paragraph would be good. Anyways, you guys were talking about bushes there. I heard.
By the way, sir, I don't like the way you paused. You refused to pause after your joke bombed. Don't try that. Anyways, little throat clear.
I'm a truck driver, not a comic. Timing's not my thing, pal.
All right,
go ahead.
Unless I'm turning right or left. Doug Stanhope was somewhere a while back, and he was talking about bushes, as you guys are talking about the Hustler deal there.
Yeah.
And he referred to, probably what you figured 74 was a bird's nest full of bacon grease and a raw meat. That's the kind of pussy he likes.
Well, sir, maybe Doug should learn to see the value of a human being for a little more than just their cunt.
Oh, there it is. Threw out the first one. The first one to the general audience.
Hey, we got to get Elo in here. Or
did he leave for his... They'll live.
Or did he leave for his meetings? We're getting a lot of exposure lately. Everything is starting to come together, I got to tell you. Because I'm the first one to bitch and complain and blah, blah, blah. But everything seems to be coming together. The studio is going to be, perfect within the next day or two. They really worked hard while we were on vacation. We got the Hustler interview coming out July 2005.
Very exciting.
We didn't really get to talk about it yesterday, but the New York Post, which everyone picks up and reads here in New York, actually they read it all over the country because it's one of those papers that you're in a hotel in the middle of whatever, name a city. And
Phoenix,
and you go down to this little stupid store there, and they got a freaking New York Post. It just goes everywhere. And we were on the back page, the sports section, the last third panel or whatever of the sports section with a huge Opie and Anthony XM advertisement.
And then I'm sitting on the bowl, reading my brand new issue of Popular Mechanics magazine, Opie, and there it was, an ad for. XM, and on the bottom says all the shows, and I noticed Opie and Anthony down there, and in much bigger print than usual. The other shows, much bigger than usual, and bigger than the Bob Edwards font.
You're learning, Elo.
I saw that
I'm a slow learner. What can I say?
You're learning. You're learning.
Yes.
But the ad in the New York Post yesterday was amazing. Right on the back page, the sports section. It's pretty much the front. It's the back cover, but it's the sports section.
Yeah. Yeah, but the sad part was that this grossly fat. David Ortiz showing off his World Series.
Oh, I know,
disgusting.
Yeah, a couple of people commented, nice ad for you guys right under Ortiz.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
What are you going to do?
As long as you see our names in XM Satellite Radio, that's all we care about.
It's all good. Hey, Ant, check out the MiFi thing, the cover of the MiFi.
Whoa!
You like that?
Wow, that's pretty cool. Custom covers?
Yeah, that's those are new, something we're kind of beta in right now, where you can put decals on the cover of these MiFis.
You can put what on them?
You can put like a little sticker on the cover and customize
No,
them.
say it again. Decal?
Decal.
I'm not going to take the bait.
Look, decal, but decal.
Isn't that cool?
Can people do this already?
We're talking to a bunch of different companies, but yeah.
Wow, that looks
really
really
so
cool.
There'll be
That'll
an
go on
ONA.
Any My Fi? I knew you were gearing up, Jimmy.
And you got the Yankee logo and the stitchings of a baseball and Major League Baseball logo. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Opie, you explain that this is the first portable unit?
Nice hair, Jim.
That's great. But
even we got the little in USA Today.
Or that USA
part
Today.
there.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Very good.
Cranking
Boy,
it up.
all over the place.
Got to, baby.
I like it.
Baseball's the real deal.
I like it. This must have been that 2005 stuff we were hearing about.
It's all coming. It's all still coming.
Yeah, and then the Daily News yesterday had a huge article on the AOL XM deal.
Yep.
And they mentioned Anthony and I, and had our big stupid pictures, the same picture.
A 1998 picture.
Yeah, a picture they've been using for the last 6 or 7 years with my stupid mouth open.
Sure.
I like that picture.
It seemed like a great idea at the time, but it's the only
always
picture
does.
they use in New York when they're talking bad or good about.
Well, the AOL thing last night was pretty funny. They do these huge sessions events, and down at Webster Hall, they had Little John and the East Side Boys and the Yin Yang Twins. So they brought. So I came down to see this whole thing, and I brought Dr. Love and their Lee Abrams down. So we went down to go check out this, and I got to tell you. I was wearing a suit, which was a mistake. And it was this entire rap show, and I have never felt more white and out of place in my entire life. And I'm a 34-year-old guy, so I'm like a young kid. And it's like I should be not this disconnected in the world, but it was. I've never been to a rap show, so it was pretty frightening.
You are a corporate guy with your suit at a rap show.
At a rap show, and I've got a great photo with Little John. He's got the the shark teeth, and it's just he's crazy. So.
You must
you think I look
really
out of place?
Out
What
of
do you think? What do you think about Einstein in there? Lee Abrams.
Yeah, but at least
Lee kind of has a freakish look, though.
At least he's on some kind of dope or something.
Yeah.
So the rap guys can
he can relate.
They'll look in his eyes and just know he's one with them.
Yeah,
of course.
That's right.
But I bet nobody bothered you though. They probably figured you were a lawyer, an entertainment rep, or something like that.
Right.
Because that's what the entertainment reps look like—a bunch of white guys in suits.
That's
what I was. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm sticking to that story. Absolutely.
The new slave master.
Well, I'm glad you're back.
In the suit.
So Elo,
yeah, buddy.
Elo, we have you in here because you got to explain the AOL deal.
Sure.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Just proving that we picked the right company. Anthony.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, the fundamentals of this one really are simple. Is that you take AOL Radio and they have this giant portal and they've got 22 million.
By the way,
subscribers.
I listen to the AOL radio channels all the time.
Yeah, they're great.
I can't get enough.
They're great.
We're
basically marrying our music channels with their music channels, and we're putting the music channels together. We're putting them on a portal where people can go to AOLmusic.com. It's going to launch sometime in the mid part of July, and people will be able to subscribe. There's going to be a free service where they're going to get 10 to 15 of the XM music channels for free and some of the AOL music channels for free. And there's a premium service that's kind of an upsell, so that if you're not a full-blown subscriber to AOL, you can get that, but you're also going to get all the XM music channels as well, too. And then we're going to take a lot of the AOL content, like sessions and some of their other things that they do, and we're going to put that on the XM platform through a lot of our channels, and we're going to take some of our artist confidentials, and we're going to push it that way. So it's a really good, which we like to say the buzzword is synergy.
Synergy.
Well,
you like that?
I was telling Anthony recently, AOL has made a huge comeback in my life. I mean, the broadband stuff they're doing, it's just amazing, and I'm using it to show prep for the radio program.
I love I use the broadband client all the time.
Yeah, for a while I was done with AOL. I was ready to get rid of the service, but then the broadband stuff hit, and then these radio, these channels, the radio stations you can listen to. I'm back in big time.
Yeah, I don't mean to kill the mood in the room, but while you guys are congratulating yourselves, Sirius has just run out and signed a deal with Commodore 64. Every time you buy a computer, Sirius sends you a unit, and you have to guess which one weighs more.
The Sirius unit does, without a doubt. So no, but it's great. It's a great. I mean, listen, everything that's going on, and people were, there was a lot of things that people were saying about, what are you guys going to do? They got, NFL and all this other crap. and we kept saying the whole time, it's like, just wait till baseball season gets here. And the only thing that I hear from anybody these days is, they're buying the radios, they have the MiFis. We have all of our marketing deals for baseball, by the way, that are in all the stadiums, like Yankee Stadium and Shea and all these other things. People are buying the service for baseball. And the AOL thing basically positions us on the online space as, a leadership position again from the online music space. So
what about, there's something very important as far as the deal goes, especially Major League Baseball. What about getting me Yankee tickets?
I can do that.
Is there a way to get me Yankee tickets?
There's a very easy way.
It's about me.
You do realize we were in Boston for opening day, right?
Someone
that. Must have told you.
It's been a real tough.
Do you realize that
I signed some POs that said that you were there? So I knew. There's a
Do you
rumor.
realize that we sacrificed a good broadcast by staying in Boston an extra day because we just assumed, stupid us, that we would be going to the game.
We would
Monday
be
night?
going to the game.
Well, that's the only reason we ended up broadcasting in a club in front of 20 people.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a disaster the next day, but it was about Anthony and I getting tickets to opening day. Socks,
A little selfish of us.
We
Thinking,
just assumed.
we'd sacrifice the show.
You got to call. You got to hit Elo on the phone. You got to call.
Let's be honest. We're your top stars. You got Major League Baseball. To me, it was a no-brainer.
Well,
I call it a no-brainer.
If it makes you feel any better, Bob Edwards didn't get tickets.
I was going to say, I was watching the game and saw him catch a foul ball. It was right there.
They didn't need to give him tickets. They just put him in Shea Stadium in the cart. And they said, all right, just drive around the field.
Do you realize that after Monday's great broadcast, we all went back to our hotel rooms and were very lonely the rest of the night? Just eating food.
I don't buy the fact that Norton was lonely the rest of the night. So.
No, I spent a little bit of money.
Yeah, shocking.
Well, we had to wait for Ben. Ben's the most unconnected man in Boston.
The most connected guy.
He's unbelievable.
He knows everybody in Boston, according to him.
Well, apparently not anybody at any restaurant.
Yeah.
We learned that. We walked into a restaurant that I think he owns. Ben said he owns this place.
I don't know.
So we go in there. They kind of look around like, well, we're kind of in between lunch and dinner, and they hand us a pamphlet with some food written on it. It was like, well, this is what we can give you. It's like, no, thank you, we're leaving.
It's the in-between menu.
How about the call from Ben going, give these guys whatever they want. Yeah. Open the kitchen for them. There's a little table in the back.
But that happens in New York all the time, too. It's the in-between menu.
Yeah, but
it's the
if
stupidest thing
you know
that
somebody,
goes on.
They'll hook you up.
Right.
Believe me, the food's still back there in the kitchen. The ovens are all on. They can make something.
I'm just still surprised that we jumped in that van after the show.
Oh, fan of the show.
Well, how do we know?
He was driving a big van. It was like a big airport van that you take.
But we didn't even question it. Hey guys, I'm a fan of the show. We all just jumped in.
What was he going to do? Rape us each individually?
I don't know.
While we wait and go, oh my God, am I next? The guy, he's pretty powerless to do anything.
It's either that or walk back to the hotel because we got the special treatment from XM.
Oh, another thing, right? The vehicles. For some reason, no rides were really set up for us. We didn't have any rides set up.
We had a horse and a buggy set up.
Was that it?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That would have been a plus.
Instead, we have to hop in with Stavros, the child rapist, driving us around in a van, 500 pounds, just sweating and glancing in the rearview mirror.
And then he took the long way
He took the long way so he could hang with us.
Just to hang out with us longer.
It's got to make you feel loved, though.
Because Anthony and I know Boston, relatively
why
well.
Is he going this
way?
Like,
why is he going all the way around?
He wants to hang out longer. He wants to tell his friends, yeah, no, they were in there for quite a while.
Well, you know what's funny? I was just you brought up the AOL thing. Remember when I was here about 3 weeks ago, and I came up here, and Hugo was here, and we were all here, and you guys kept saying something's happening.
Oh, AOL?
Is that the deal?
I got to come clean. Got to come
they
clean.
Never
there you
fess
go.
up when it's going down.
Well,
like that.
you know what? You got to buy stock today because I figured something else out.
Why?
Well, I saw him at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, Elo came back because it's our first day back from vacation. We got the studio that's been tweaked for the last 2.5 weeks.
That's why I'm here.
He really cares about Opie and Anthony. He's in town to make another big
deal.
You think Lee Abrams would be here to hang with us?
Lee, what are you doing here?
Hanging with you.
Yeah.
All right, there's something going on.
So there's something going on.
There's always something going on.
Get online, Anthony. Buy me some shares
you
right
want me
now.
To get on E-Trade right now. And
he makes believe he's really here for us. I'm like, I saw right through it.
I am here for you. Ask Wiki. I told Wiki, I said, I'll be here. Don't tell him. I want to surprise him. His first day back in the studio.
Yeah.
We're, off of the premium tier. We're on the basic. The whole world can hear us. 3.7 million people have a chance to hear the virus now, so it's a beautiful thing.
I'm not usually late on a daily basis either, boss.
I was going to, I saw you.
The boss shows up and I'm late.
I saw you walk in, and I was going to say hi. I went, ooh, no.
No, he's actually late every day. I'm the responsible one. I'm so glad you finally got to see it for yourself.
I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Isn't that great? The boss is here one day, and it's the day I'm completely late. I'm strolling in as our opening music is playing.
And I'm deep in preparing for the show. I got newspapers all around me.
I've been here for hours.
Ope's got his shoes off. Norton's barking out orders. I'm like, well, this is not what I thought happened at 6 a.m.
I'm strolling
Anthony
in.
strolls in as Ecstasy of Gold is
finishing.
Yeah, finishing. I'm like, thank God you finally noticed who's really in charge here, Elo.
Yeah, that looked really bad for me right there.
It's all good.
And the AOL thing, are they going to be able to hear Anthony and I?
That's one of the things we're working on today. There's meetings today. So there's meetings today.
That means no.
No.
That
It doesn't mean no at all.
petrified of us.
Yeah.
No, trust me, we're petrified of you.
Not you guys.
No. AOL. No, I don't, it's more of a music deal, and it's really focused on the music portal. But all of our streaming and all of our radio online stuff that we have with the O&A online and everything else is still there. So
yeah,
it's all good.
All right.
It's a beautiful thing, guys.
Well,
it's a beautiful thing, and I'm glad to see the studios in tip-top shape.
It's getting there.
Yeah,
I must say I'm happier with the headphone situation.
You sound great to me now, and
you see our Hustler interview?
I just
how
got
about that, huh?
Is the company very proud of this one?
I am. I can't wait to take it back. I especially love the two girls on the table. That was nice.
You think,
that's a good one, huh?
Yeah, this is really going to help Hugo. This is really going to help Hugo's impression of us as he tries to sell us to the stockholders.
Yeah, it's like this is a show that's going toward the future. This is a pop culture show.
You know how many times I've told Hugh Pinero personally that we're trying to get away from the naked chicks,
we're steering away from that,
and the shocking stuff, and the only picture they got in our Hustler interview is one girl eating out another girl.
But it's Hustler. You got to tell.
But I love the face that you have watching the two girls eat each other out in the back.
Oh no, that's Martini Steve.
Oh, Steve.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Steve.
And then, of course, you got Norton's photo over on the right, which is really nice.
Oh, then we got Stupid Bob Kelly in this other photo. I didn't notice
is Bob
that.
in that one?
Yeah.
Oh, is that him, that unshaven idiot?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah, he is in the back, just lurking and looking. Here's another one who's got some explaining to do when he gets home.
Really?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Really? I'm never in studio when that stuff happens. Yeah, look at you, stupid.
Oh, there it is.
Ready to do a colonoscopy.
He's in print.
Hey, Lee, it was nice talking to you, by the way.
Hey, great talking to you.
Lee, do you have anything to bring to the show?
Lee's just sitting there nodding off.
No,
that's good.
No, I'm enjoying every minute of it.
Lee, I want you to be very honest.
Yes.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Uh-oh.
How annoying was Jim Norton as far as the Robert Plant picture goes? Don't hold back.
Because
I guarantee
you,
after
with all due respect to his tenacity in acquiring a photograph, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Probably, well, there was back in the late '60s someone who really, really wanted to meet Hendrix. I think it was 67.
That's comparable, right?
That was comparable. That
since then,
died.
nothing like Jimmy trying to get this picture of Robert Plant.
It was absolutely unbelievable. The vicious tenacity, the intensity.
That sounds better than just calling him a nudge.
I was a nudge, I'll admit that.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But the photo is scary. Mm-hmm. You've seen it.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's classic.
I've got it on my trio right now.
The little smiling faces.
His little lock over my face.
Yeah, the hair is touching your face.
Little men just smiling.
His head is as big as a pumpkin.
It really is awful.
I've never seen a bigger head in my life.
But you have to do it that way to get Robert Plant. You have to do it that way. Lee even said he's a tough one. His people are very protective. He's a very tough one to get. You have to.
But Lee's a very important man, and he had a lot to do that day. And you
I
didn't
would just
care.
pop in and ask.
You didn't care about everything else he needed to take care of that day.
Now, I do want you to know. Just went in there and said, "Look, I know we got a performance here, and this is it's a big deal. Robert's, rock god. We got to do this Norton thing."
Yeah.
Or the deal's off.
Or the deal is off.
We came
Norton
so
needs
close
a picture.
to the whole show being scrubbed.
Yeah.
Very upset Robert Plant leaving, his band sulking, moving away, management and label freaking out because of Norton. So at the last minute, Robert said, well, we've got to do this.
And he agreed.
And
the picture was taken.
Yes,
looks great.
And I understand Paul McCartney is stopping in at one point, possibly.
Well, it's interesting. We're talking to the McCartney people, and one of the conditions is a photo with you.
Right.
And
you bet I'll be there for that one.
Okay, that's actually critical to any. All the artists are coming to us now that we're big and popular and getting bigger all the time, and It's interesting how the Norton factor is a key ingredient in
now
all
negotiation ploy. I hear Jimmy is demanding that they find a crosswalk to take the McCartney picture. Is that true? And you're making him take his shoes off.
And he said
I don't want to be a pain in the ass, but Paul, take your shoes off.
Yeah.
Walk with me out to this crosswalk. Yeah, wonderful.
As a matter of fact, I understand they might want you on the cover of the next Plant record.
Oh,
be happy to be a part of that.
Nude crawling on rocks.
Well, the creative hasn't been figured out.
I can see the photoshopping as we speak on whackbag.com. For the new listeners, there's a great message board. It's whackbag.com, and they got a Photoshops section that it's just classic.
They just
every
take
day.
what they hear on the show here and Photoshop it.
Sure.
They give it a little visual. It's pretty funny.
All right, so what's the next big deal?
There's really nothing in the works.
Come on, give us a little something.
There's nothing in the works.
There's always something in the works, but he's good.
Well, there's the Norton Plant thing.
Well,
yeah, I mean, there's that.
We know that.
Yeah,
obvious marriage.
All right.
No, it's but it's
the all right meant all right.
Yeah, right. It's all right. It's good. It's good.
All right. What is the Opie usually says?
Oh, we're gonna let you be.
Yeah, let you be. Let you be. I'm sure you're pretty busy, guys.
This is another Ope classic. Yeah, so they're saying we got to get you out of here. Yeah. It's like nobody leaned in and said anything to you. When are they saying this? They pipe it into your headphones. Look, we know you'd love to talk, but we got to get him out of
It's written on that screen he looks at.
I know.
I love when he does that to someone I've brought into the show. He's like, well, they're saying we got to let you out of here. And the guy's like,
what?
You know, there's so many
Greg
things.
Charles.
The problem you have is that Lee and I are doing so many things, we forget who's in the loop. Mm-hmm. So you just get outside of when it's not like Lee and I, we just don't talk to people.
Yeah,
we just like walk into. Even at XM, we don't even speak to people. It's like
very secretive.
What's going on?
Hey, I want to play you guys something.
Oh, you know what? Incidentally, I think we have an NDA on this, but I'm
you want an NDA?
We are looking at acquiring Cleveland, though. That could be good. But you got to keep that quiet.
On vacation, I was debating if I should start smoking pot again. I'll get into it later. I was really debating.
Why not?
And now
you were in the perfect atmosphere.
Yeah, I was in the Bahamas, and I haven't smoked pot in probably a decade. But I was debating. I think I might go back to smoking pot. And now after talking to Lee, I'm
there.
Get I'm there.
A case of glaucoma. It's all legal and everything.
I'm there.
Or you could have been at the Little John show last night, like Lee and I were, and there was plenty of that there.
I felt so white.
Did you?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you are. So.
And you should be grateful. So you felt out of place one night. Who cares?
Yeah, really. Now I know how those old folks felt at that '69 Pink Floyd show.
Oh, you were there as a kid, and
yeah, I was.
It's become some old people there.
And look at those old people. And,
I went to a Who show a couple of years back, and it was just like wow, because I remember going to see the Who in high school. And, it was really rocking, and the crowd jumping around like maniacs. And then you go now, and it's just, oh, my God, so many skullets.
Yeah. Oh.
You get the skull mullet going, and just these guys that broke out the jean jacket with the Who album cover painted on the back, and their big guts hanging out of the front of it.
Did you see Daltrey? I think it was on one of those VH1-type channels, how... He will reunite the Who as long as he gets Norton involved.
Oh, yeah, gotta be. Norton must be involved in some way.
I'm not a big Who fan, to be very honest.
No, he's
not.
No,
that's the problem.
Very overrated.
Yeah, overrated. Now, you cannot be a Who fan, but to say they're overrated is ridiculous.
I thought they were.
They were one of the hugest bands.
They absolutely were. They were.
Early 70s.
Who's next? One of the greatest albums ever made.
The Who Sellout. One of those gems. You ever listen to that one?
No.
Oh, see, most people haven't.
Tommy the Rock Opera.
Yeah.
It's
listen
a
to the
little
Who
different,
sell out.
But
great.
Come on. All right.
For all the new listeners, the only reason he's saying this is because it doesn't involve Ozzy Osbourne.
That's not true.
His hero and lover.
I happen to I open myself up to a lot of new music, and I'm more varied than you think. I love Bob Marley. I love Sabbath. I love a lot of weird things. Johnny Cash. But I just think the Who was slightly overrated.
One other person before he brought up something
Sabbath.
with Ozzy.
Right.
Sabbath.
Bob
Marley. Oh, Sabbath. Did I mention Ozzy?
Johnny Cash.
If I didn't say that, they would have done it. So
Any alive guys you like?
What's that?
Any living guys you like?
Not many, no. I mean, I just think the Who was overrated.
Really? Any living people?
What's some other big songs that they did? I mean, I know they had some Who are you?
No, that's cheesy. Wait, no.
Yuck.
How about I Can See for Miles?
What about the Magic Bus?
My Generation, Call Me Lightning.
My Generation was an all right. So what exactly?
Yeah, you're not.
Well,
they were a good band. I'm not
to
saying they were a bad band.
A good band. He's
Yeah,
all on the
great.
hook.
He's putting them in the same category as like Strawberry Alarm Clock.
No. Look,
those guys rock. Did you ever hear the true story about the Strawberry Alarm Clock?
Of course, he's got a Strawberry Alarm Clock
this is
story.
True. Okay, they came out in '67, '68 when bands like the Who and Jethro Tull and Zeppelin and all were emerging, and the management of the Strawberry Alarm Clock felt that they weren't being taken seriously.
Yeah,
they were kind of a pop band, but they really wanted to be hip, underground, acid rock, and all that. So the manager planted pot in their amplifiers, called the police in Champaign, Illinois, had him busted, figuring that it would be this huge headline, the Strawberry Alarm Clock are druggies, and it would be great for their credibility. Obviously, it didn't work. But
it
they ended up in
didn't get
jail.
the press that they needed?
No, they ended up fighting.
They did get arrested, though?
They did get arrested, and they broke up. And
they got arrested, and no one cared.
Actually, in Incense and Peppermints, I think this is true. The real singer was so out of it that they had to get some other guy to sing the song. He's not the real Strawberry Alarm Clock singer. So if you listen to
Singing
Tomorrow,
on the record?
Yeah. So
the only hit they had, someone else sang?
Uh-huh. Of course, they did have Tomorrow and Sit with the Guru, which were...
You are good, man.
Yeah, relax
he just
with
knows
your deep
everything. Deep track and Strawberry Alarm Clock. Wow.
I want to
wind him up.
I want to listen to Deep Track so bad, but wow, you go so deep.
Oh my God.
Well, that's why we have top tracks for all your favorites.
I understand.
If you go back to your comment about doing pot again, then you go to deep tracks and you're
That's
fine.
true. Smoke the pot, go to deep tracks. You'll be like, why are they going so shallow?
If it's really good pot, you go to fine tuning.
Fine tuning? Yeah.
That's only for the quality butt.
Programming for pot. That's great.
Well, duh, look at him.
Smoke a little. Yeah, this is good stuff.
There's a whole marketing angle here I didn't even think of.
I've only smoked once under the supervision of a doctor.
Yeah. That's great. Okay. Well, that must have been some pot because it's still hitting you.
That's good stuff.
He's had refills for 20 years.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, we're getting a sign from outside that you have to go.
Well, I want to play him something.
Where do they have to go?
Where are we going?
Yeah, who's telling Eric Logan he's got to go? He's the boss.
Oh, Elo has things to do.
I want to play him something, though.
I want to hear it.
We were talking about marketing and, commercials for the Opie and Anthony show and XM Satellite Radio, and I found a little something for everybody. Yeah.
Ooh.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM Satellite Radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
Oh,
Thank you, Howard.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Isn't that Mark St. John from K108?
That is beautiful.
That's
beyond
great.
AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service.
That is priceless. And it's not even you. It's not even you.
That is
the voice of Howie. That is classic.
He knows it's the better.
Absolutely.
He knows it's the better service. He just didn't want to come here because of Ant and I, and now he's going to suffer because of it.
He has no idea. He has no clue what he has signed up for. I can't begin to tell you the number of people who have tried to do deals or done things with them who picked up the phone and called us and said, what are they? How in the world are they going to catch up? I mean, they just, there's just no way. And when you go from the base that we have, and you look at where he's going, the anxiety is starting to go up with each passing day.
Well, it's going to be a tough ride over there.
Screw him.
Is Hyundai a big car?
Is Hyundai a big car? Yes, it's a huge car.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, it's great. And the thing about the Hyundai deal is that it's standard. It's going to be in every Hyundai is standard equipment, which is a huge. The first time that any of our automotive partners have done that. So.
It's like an infomercial.
It is.
Kilo
Hey,
talks.
what do you just wind
Isn't
me
it?
up? You know, I just know I got the talking points.
You call within the next 10 minutes. Elo will send you a shemp wig.
I've got some Yankee tickets I'll give away. So.
Oh, there you go. I also need Mets tickets.
Mets tickets too?
Yeah, they're right by my house.
Why would you go
It's a
see the
short
Mets?
drive. I like the Mets. They're like the cute, retarded younger brother.
I was going to say it's like the Yankees with Down syndrome.
Yeah, it is. It pretty much is. You go there and you're like, oh, they're trying.
It's like a T-ball team.
Yeah, T-ball.
I
They tee up the ball. And
I go to Shea Stadium and it just disgusts me.
Really?
I hate it.
It's the worst stadium.
The worst stadium in the. I mean, I'd rather go to I'd rather go to see the Devil Rays play in a concrete muffin in St. Petersburg with 4 people than go sit in Shea Stadium.
Really?
It's horrible. I hate it.
I don't know.
Wow.
Don't like the Mets. Don't like. First of all, Pedro's there, and I still can't get over that.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't the fro. But
you had a little problem they had. They had to postpone the game for a little while because they have, I guess, one of those big video billboards at Shea Stadium. And it's usually black when the batters are up, so it's not distracting them. And they had a big picture of Pedro up there, and they couldn't get it off. And they had to postpone the game until they could do that. And I guess Pedro was having a good time in the dugout with that, and the fans were having a good time with it. But he's a great addition to the team, I think.
Sure. Although I do like Willie, so.
But how about those Chicago White Sox?
Oh, please.
First place.
Another awful stadium.
First place.
Oh, the old Comiskey.
Yes, the old.
That's awful.
Lee has so many stories.
Oh, my God, forget about it.
You know, that's
been everywhere, done everything.
Old Comiskey, Disco Demolition.
I was going to say, Disco Demolition. Was
Steve Dahl.
Yeah.
Oh, legendary.
One of the great moments in broadcasting and baseball.
That is what not to do at a promotion.
Yep.
Oh,
one of the classic what not to do.
What did he do?
Oh,
Started a riot.
Story?
Oh, my God.
I've heard it, but I don't remember it.
Lee was like the architect of this thing.
Oh, wait, you were part of that deal?
Oh, God, yeah.
Did you not know that?
I had no clue.
This was the guy who, the background behind, everybody gives Steve Dahl the credit. It was Lee's deal.
It started with...
Steve, I got an idea.
It was one of the most remarkable events in broadcasting history. In a nutshell, the anti-disco movement was in full force back then, and the radio station at the time decided as a strategy we're going to take the anti-disco stand. And on the air, Steve Dahl would blow up disco records every morning, and then to make a long story short, worked a deal with the Chicago White Sox. And everybody brought a disco record and 98 cents and got into his Twilight doubleheader with the Tigers. And there were like 60,000 people inside, 60,000 outside, all just like nickel beer night, rock and roll earth dogs, all there.
Listen to the Who, you know.
Hey, yeah, a lot of Who records, 8 tracks. There was no interest in the game. And anyway, so between games, all of the records that were collected were carried out into center field, piled up in this huge stack.
It was a huge pile. I've seen the video.
It was massive.
Yeah.
And the Army Corps of Engineers, demolition experts who were brought in for this.
How do you get away with this?
Listen, the Sox needed anything to get a crowd. And they wound the whole pile with explosives, and on comes from the bullpen Steve Dahl with this babe. You know, a lot of stations had chickens for mascots. This station had a girl, and it was, at the time, was very effective. Anyway, they come out in a Jeep with a loop flag, which is a station which has gone downhill since then, but it was great then, and a City of Chicago flag, a White Sox flag, and an American flag, and it was just everybody in military came out, and Dahl goes on with a huge, PA system, attention, welcome, and they count it down from 10, 9, and it's on the scoreboard, 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, boom! And this mushroom cloud of disco records, and then the crowd, who was smashed by this time, just goes out. It was a complete riot. It was like Beirut. It was unbelievable.
They just stormed the field, right?
Stormed the field, took over everything, stole bases, and it was just unbelievable. It was so bad.
Criminals.
They canceled the second game, and then for the next week, it was great. Just all these, one guy from the White Sox was saying, how could they do this to my music? Some guy from the Dominican Republic was very upset about it. Then other guys from the same team, about time somebody did this. There were these point-counterpoint shows on all the news programs.
Is radio going too far?
Well, Steve Dahl had a great line when he was Bill Veeck, who owned the team at the time, said, how could you do this to baseball? I said, Bill, you haven't had 60,000 people in that stadium since you won the series in 59. But it was unbelievable. Then, for the next several weeks, the station would get these boxes. You'd open the box, be a big boombox smashed to shreds with a letter, Dear Steve, found some asshole listening to disco, kicked the shit out of him, here's the result. Oh, God. It was getting a little out of hand. And then there were these anti-disco rallies where they'd take it to different clubs, and you'd start in a location, and, be broadcast, join us. It'd be like 6,000 cars going to parking lots of discos, blowing up records. It was unbelievable. And the ratings went from a 0.9 to a 7.3, number one, and I looked at the rating diaries. When people fill in the rating books, they have comments, and it was just, disco sucks and long live Steve Dahl, so really it was a statement. But
people really hated. I remember growing up,
record books.
The whole disco thing was just, you couldn't hate a music more.
It was 180 degrees. Rock and roll represented long hair. Disco was short hair. Rock and roll was sweaty, overalls. Disco was, you got to look good. Rock and roll was going to festival seating, The disco was, oh, wait, you don't look good enough. You can't get in. Rock and roll was all about sweating drummers. Disco was drum machines. Rock and roll was guitars. Disco, it was just 180 degrees. It was like, the Israeli-Palestinian issue. It was just, they would never come together. So,
there's an analogy I've not heard in a while.
Jesus.
Disco, Israeli, Palestinian. You'd never think you'd hear that in a sentence, would you?
And it really did suck.
Right. It did suck, indeed.
So Steve Dahl was, really popular back then?
He was huge. Yeah, he was massive.
Yeah, rumor has it Howard stole a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Supposedly Steve Dahl was doing the lesbian thing way before Howard and all sorts of things.
He originated all that stuff. It's funny.
The problem with Steve Dahl, he just didn't do it that well, or he would have been a lot bigger.
Well, I think he had sidetracked.
Huh?
Sidetracked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was the problem with him? Yeah, because he was a very creative radio guy that did a lot of this stuff way before Howard. And then Howard, of course, claiming that he invented everything, Well,
I don't know.
But there's a lot of people that will have come forward over the years and said that Howard, was getting tapes of Steve Dahl's show in Chicago, and then
here's something you may not
reinventing
know.
himself through what Steve Dahl was doing in Chicago.
Steve Dahl, we hired him at W4 in Detroit. He was hugely successful. Then he went to Chicago, and Steve's replacement at W4, actually, we brought in Howard Stern. So Howard actually replaced Steve and was told, hey, the Steve Dahl guy is doing a certain style. Can you do this? And he did a pretty good job.
What years was Steve Dahl popular in Chicago?
79, 80 was the real peak.
Yep. He's still there.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, I know. We met him a couple years ago. He came in.
He had a 2-year peak?
No,
and he's still
that
there.
was just like the super years. He's still there. He's a great
but it was a slow downslide ever since then.
Wow. I thought you were going to say, well, from 79 through 90, he was pretty good.
Peak, and then
79 to 80.
No, those were the hot days.
2 years of the roller coaster going. And then it's just the rest of the ride.
Yeah, Howard doesn't like telling those stories, but they're out there. And, Steve Dahl was doing a lot of that stuff way before Howard.
Yeah. You know how many bad two-man morning shows with the giggling newswoman there are out there?
Oh.
Any idea?
Yeah, quite a few.
It's unbelievable.
We had a
Rick
few of
and
them
Steve
on our
in the
very
morning.
show. Yeah, we actually had our listeners put their phone to the radio and had quite a few of them on the show.
Yeah, just play a lot of air checks. Some of them.
Maybe we'll do that bit later this week.
I love that one.
Yeah, we'll do that bit later this week.
Can I say,
come in?
every road gig I've done where you got to do radio and they have those zoo crews, and that chick, every time the chick ruins the vibe.
Yeah.
She's the one who puts the moral brakes on. Whoa, hey, come on now. It's just like you just got to ruin everything.
And people say it's a good thing. It keeps the guys in check.
Keeps you in check.
It's a balance.
Well, Lee's,
balance.
Lee's been a consultant for many, many years. Lee, they've been trying to get a chick on our program for years. Not XM, obviously, but over the years, it's been suggested to us that it would be
that
good
balance.
to have some kind of a
You
female
get more girls
perspective on the
listening
show.
to the show.
You know, in DC at XM headquarters, we have a cliche buzzer. You know,
Yeah.
That would
one
break the buzzer.
Broke the buzzer.
Yeah,
Let's
that is definitely a cliche.
Anthony and I look at this radio show. It's kind of like a fantasy world, you know, and guys get to peek into this. So if there's girls on the show, we want them doing, you know, slutty things.
Or as Elo says, a cliche.
A cliche.
A cliche.
I'm all for having a woman come on and do something regularly, as long as she does it with that bat. That's all I care about. Read the news all you want, stupid, but do it with that there.
We have a big star on hold. He's been waiting for like 20 minutes, so
Yes.
you guys
Good.
really do have to go.
I'm out of here.
Oh, who is it?
Lewis Black.
He played at our million subscriber thing in D.C.
funny.
He was unbelievable.
He is so good.
You know,
Love Lewis.
Thanks for bringing back a
Fuck
bad
shit
memory.
lines.
I had XM back then, and I'm driving through the middle of Florida listening to you guys have such a great time.
Well, here you are.
All depressed.
Yeah, because we were
unemployed.
still a good year away from signing with XM at that point.
We were unemployable.
Yep. So it's Lee Abrams, everyone, and Elo, of course.
Thank
Where's
you,
Lewis?
gentlemen.
And, well, we got to take a break now, so someone's got to talk to Lewis and calm him down. So
That'll be fun.
Good luck.
Okay.
Guys, we're here.
What?
I'm here.
Don't take a break, Ben, screaming and yelling?
You gotta take him now.
Gotta
Maybe
take
he's
him.
in an airport or something.
That could be.
Look at Ben freaking out. What?
Always short on time.
He's always freaking out.
Ben saying pick him up.
I don't know if that's what he's saying. Ben?
Ben, what are you
My
saying?
God, you are freaking Ben out. Look, he is losing
He's
his
ready
mind.
to throw the phone out the window.
He's losing his mind.
What does that mean when he's making the sign, pick up the phone?
He's pissed.
All right, why don't you guys stay in for our Lewis Black interview?
Where's my coffee?
Lewis!
Yeah, the reason we had that big party was just to taunt you. I called up. I said, let's just fake this thing and pretend like we're having a great time because I know that I know that he'll be wandering around in his car and it'll really upset him.
Depressed.
Yeah, you don't give a crap about me.
Where are you, Lewis?
I'm in a studio somewhere here in New York.
Oh, in New York. Oh, he is in New York.
You son of a bitch!
You couldn't stop by.
Guys, let's not even talk about this, okay? I am... Shut up! I'm in book prison, got it?
Book prison.
I'm in book prison. My life is not my own, okay? You know the deal. Hello?
We know the deal. We are one of many radio shows you will be talking to from this room today.
Now we're just one of many, Lewis? This is what happened between the time that we used to do a show and the new show.
Oh, for crying
Lewis got too big for us.
Remember when we were like the only show Lewis did?
Look, if it was up to me, you'd be the show. I'm in book prison.
Lewis, this was the only radio show you used to do.
No, I did others. I snuck around.
I snuck around on you.
He cheated on us.
I did. I went from morning zoo to morning zoo.
Well, now he is getting a little big these days. I see him.
I'd rather I'd rather remain in obscurity.
Lewis, I think we need to get you arrested again. Your head's getting a little too big, I think.
Oh yeah, my head is it's massive.
Now you're selling your book.
That's it. I'm whoring, you idiot. Got it? It's called Slut Time.
Tell us about your book, Lewis.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
I want to hear what the book is about.
I'm not going to tell you anything.
I really don't want to hear about it.
I know you don't want to hear about
it. I could care less about your scumbag.
You won't give it a read?
No, it's about my time with Norton. It's called Me and Jim and our time together in jail, and then I turn it into a larger fantasy where we go on and create a prison break.
Do you talk about the jail thing or no?
No, that comes in the next book. I won't be writing, and the only reason I'm not going to write it is so that I don't take this abuse from you bastards.
Abuse? We're the ones sitting here in a studio without Lewis Black sitting in front of us.
Oh yeah, what a treat that is.
What's the book about?
It's about how I ended up with my twisted point of view.
Oh, there you go. So it's kind of like you growing up and...
Yeah, it's a memoir, only I don't have a memory.
It's getting very good reviews, Lewis. And I got to tell you, I was in Boston, but you've gotten so big. You were in Boston. We were in Boston.
Right.
I wanted to see you at the Orpheum Theater, but you know what? You have so many people in between me and you now. I couldn't even get a hold of you to get a ticket.
Oh, you are so full of shit. The level of... When the shit pours out of your ears, I can smell it from here.
Lewis enjoying this satellite radio with this curse freedom.
Oh, yeah, well, hello. I've waited all my life for it, That's all.
All
my life.
You must be enjoying the success and probably the financial reward that goes with it. Are you donating your money to a lot of your socialist causes, Louis?
I certainly am. I'm actually giving money to Lebanon.
Lebanon. Very good.
What
I
was
know.
it? Yemen. That was the place.
Yemen. Yes.
Yemen. That was it. Well, I screwed that up.
I was always right about Yemen, by the way.
You were right about it.
You laughed at me, and I was right.
Nope, you nailed most of it. You've practically nailed everything. I don't know why you're not in charge of foreign policy.
Thank you. They should put me in charge.
What do you mean? Are you serious? You couldn't get into that show? That's bullshit.
I couldn't figure out how to get a hold of you, Louis. And I really.
They said you were coming to. I asked. They said you were coming to town on Monday, and then they said. They said you were coming in on Monday. I said, well, I won't be here, and then I didn't know you guys would be up there over the weekend.
I came in early. Are you going to play a New York show? I'm not kidding. I really want to see this.
I'm gonna be playing Alice Tully Hall. I'll get you tickets.
All right, right on. I'll be at that show then.
No, I will. I'll put it aside. It's next Saturday, next Friday, next Friday.
I will definitely be there, Louis.
You got it. And I'll get some for Anthony too, but unless there's gambling, he doesn't like to watch.
Yeah, Anthony doesn't really leave the house anymore. He's changed.
No, I came to see Louis. Where was that? Mohegan?
Mohegan Sun.
Yeah, Mohegan Sun. But I, spoke a couple of minutes and then had to run off to the blackjack table.
Yeah, he was gone.
I was out of there in 2 seconds. Thanks for the show, Louis. Goodbye.
Yeah, I got to go make some money.
Way to keep in touch with old friends, Anthony.
At least I saw him. Right. I saw he was going to be there. I called up his room, asked for a free ticket,
and then, I got it,
which he got for me, and went to play some blackjack. Are you calling from a green room right now, Louis?
I don't know what it is.
Are you doing a satellite thing? Or are you going on someone?
Satellite thing. It's a continuous. I just continue to talk.
Oh my God, Louis!
Oh, okay, I thought maybe you were waiting to go on someone else's show.
If you would have came in,
no, listen, assholes, that I wouldn't do. Got it?
All right, just so you know,
I would sit around in a green room to go on hooky pookies.
Our listeners are writing in and saying that you're in someone's green room waiting to go on his show.
They're insane, okay?
You're calling our listeners insane? How dare you?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, look. Okay.
They're not going to be happy with you.
Who is now?
Louis.
The worst thing you could do is become successful. Then they go, oh, boy, see, I knew he was a prick.
Sell out.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, Louis, we're in the July 2005 issue of Hustler magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Hustler.
A huge interview with your pals Opie and Anthony.
What about Norton?
Well, Norton gets a little mention here and there, and he actually gets a picture in the article. That's a big improvement. We like to make believe he doesn't really exist, but it got through the cracks, and he made Hustler magazine with us.
Very nice.
Now Norton's blowing up. Everyone knows that.
Yeah. How are you doing, Jim?
I'm okay, man. How's everything? Obviously doing very well.
The same old. It's still the same. Nothing changes.
You're still miserable?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
Why would I be happy? Well, because Britney Spears is having a baby, and if that's not the third sign that the fucking devil is coming, I don't know what is.
Well, you had to know that was coming, though, that white trash.
Yeah, but, that's where you have laws. That's where you go, no, you can't have a baby. We're building a wall.
She's going to destroy that hot body of hers. That's the biggest problem.
That supple, young body of hers.
Oh, yeah. Like, she didn't destroy it by standing next to the devil.
You know what's great about that, Louis? There's nothing really going on in the world, so we reserved the front page for Britney Spears and her pregnancy because, you don't want to use that space for anything else going on in the world.
Well, either that or to find out what's in the president's iPod.
The president has an iPod?
You didn't hear this one?
No.
Oh, my God.
Enlighten us, Louis.
Oh, you guys will love it. You got to go through this. Go online, because you'll go on for weeks.
Oh, really? Where is that?
It's got to be. It was in yesterday. All yesterday. It was in yesterday's Times.
Oh, we don't read that paper.
I know, but just calm down. There are other places to get it.
The Times? Is that a newspaper here in New York?
Louis, you're a big star these days, so let me tell you what happens with the New York Times every day on this program. You actually read it cover to cover, I'm sure.
No, I don't, because you actually develop a hemorrhoid.
All right, well, we use the New York Times when the girls come in here to get naked because we got a bunch of faggots that work with us, so we have to, cover all the windows so they don't get a peek of nudity.
No.
And we end up using the New York Times. It's perfect. It's perfect to cover these windows.
We have the New York Post. Why do we need the Times?
Yeah, the Post is very informative. You know that.
Yeah, it's the only paper with the guts to print its own news.
That's right.
But the thing is that he has an iPod. It has Alan Jackson on it. It's got My Sharona.
My Sharona?
Yep.
God.
There's and it's just what's it? Not Clint, whatever.
Clint Black.
I don't even know these guys' names.
Clint Black.
Well, I'm going to help you out because I got
hillbilly.
The story in front of me. It's heavy on traditional country singers like George Jones, Alan Jackson, and Kenny Chesney.
Chesney. Kenny Chesney.
Whatever. He has selections by Van Morrison.
Any stuff on the Panzerfaust?
Brown Eyed Girl.
Listen to?
Brown Eyed Girl is a Bush favorite. He likes John Fogerty's Center Field.
Yeah, which is actually creates nausea when you.
And it goes on and on. We're gonna have to read this article here.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought he was so.
He has My Sharona though.
Yeah, of course. Why not? Why not have the answer to a trivia question?
He probably holds a spot in his heart when he used to do cocaine.
Yeah, and
song,
I said
My
it
Sharona.
also. He probably has on it. Like one of those things. You are the master of the universe. You are the master of your own fate.
Oh, really? Like a motivational.
Sure, it's on there.
Speakers.
He is reached. I think it's epic insanity.
Well, you voted for him.
Oh yeah, I voted for him. I raced out to vote for him. I stood there. I went into the thing, and I said the first thing I asked before I went in the voting booth this time was if there was a lever that said "Kill me now." And I'll tell you this. If anybody out there is inspired by Bush or if you were inspired by Kerry, you're the son of a bitch that when I was in high school, when the principal spoke, you wept openly.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. That didn't go over very well, Lewis.
Yeah, that one was not your A material. That was.
Lewis is saving it for the next.
Yeah,
station.
sure. Yeah.
Wow, you guys have just become creepy.
Oh boy.
When are you going to hang with us, Lewis?
I'm coming in May.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay, good. By the way, the phones have exploded, and a lot of people saying you just killed at Avalon in Boston.
It was good. It was fun.
I love seeing your stand-up. I haven't seen you in a while. I can't wait to see you here in New York. So.
I do it now in a prom dress, and that's really going to help.
Lewis, you should have came in and did all your satellite interviews from our studio. We could have had a lot of fun with this today.
Well, I didn't know that.
We would have helped you out.
Son of a bitch. Well, nobody tells me things. I'm telling you, I've got my trainers around me.
I see that. There's too many people around you these days.
Hundreds.
Are you losing touch?
Insulation.
Are you losing touch with the common man, Lewis?
No, I'm not losing touch with the common man. How do you lose touch with the common man when you live in New York? You got to be almost blind.
You say you like living in New York still? You've always had a problem with New York.
No, I like living here. I love living here.
How's the love life, Lewis?
It's I don't have the energy. What? But you guys used to have those pills for me.
Right. We had a lot of dick pills advertising on the show.
Vortex 9.
We got to get that back again.
Herbal goat cheese.
Remember the stuff that we used to advertise? Oh my God.
Horny goat weed.
Horny goat weed. That was it.
That was my personal favorite.
From the Phuket Mountains of China.
We had to read this crap like we really believe, too.
Oh, hey, and if they come back tomorrow, you'll hear it again tomorrow.
What about, Lewis, do you remember the one for Sweet Release?
Yeah.
Yeah, that flavored your batch. So the girls actually got a flavor of banana or cherry or vanilla.
Got a nice little surprise.
When you splooged in their mouth.
Bonus. I used to use it as a whipped topping. Once you run out of whipped topping, I used to scarf some of that.
Yeah, you just down a few of the pills and jack off on your donut.
Yeah, either that or my ice cream.
That's great.
Very good.
All right, Lewis, we're gonna let you be.
All right, listen, guys, I will be in May. I'm going to talk to Schmucky, and we're going to work this out.
What's the next radio station that is fortunate enough to have Lewis Black on?
I have no idea.
You don't even know? They just hit you with it?
Literally, it's just a bump, bump, bump,
And do you make believe you listen to every program?
No, there's certain people that I've talked to, so it's, like, what was it, the first one this morning, Tom Bernard in Minneapolis.
Well, I hear he's a pretty cool guy.
He is cool. He's very good. There's actually these really solid morning people.
Yeah.
And then there are these people who should just be exterminated. I mean, Norton knows all of them.
Yeah, he's been on a few.
I think you're talking to a couple of them.
Oh, shut up.
But for other reasons, you want us out of the picture.
I'm going to kill you. No, you know what? I'm going to bring it out, Kelly Hall, and I'm going to end the show by killing you.
Lewis, I was telling a great Lewis Black story the other day, not on the radio, but when you got arrested for the voyeur bus, the teen voyeur bus thing.
Yeah.
I stressed out so bad. Do you remember I was like in the office?
Oh my God! Yeah, you were unbelievable.
I was in the office and I looked like I was on like a 4-day coke binge waiting for you guys to get out of jail. I felt really bad and stuff.
Well, don't worry, because Jim and I, they cut us huge checks.
Yeah.
They made up for all of the suffering.
And you can look up the articles online to the new listeners because it's a legendary story now. But it was the teen voyeur bus, and Norton and Lewis Black. We barely knew either guy, really. You know, you guys were just becoming friends of the program, and you got arrested for us and with another 12 people or whatever, and I'm stressing out like crazy.
Oh, yeah, you were a rat.
And I think you were doing the Daily Show at this point, so I'm like, oh, my God, we got this guy arrested. He's never going to do our show again. I mean, we did know you pretty well, I guess, what it comes down to. Anyway, you come in, and I'm just like, apologizing to Lewis. I'm like, Lewis, I'm so sorry. I didn't know it was going to go down this way. And you're like, why are you apologizing? You just made my career. I'll talk about this shit for the next year on stage.
I actually am the one that convinced Lewis to go. We were debating, did we go on this bus? And Lewis was like, I don't know. And I'm like, what are you, the naked teenagers? What are we, fucking idiots? Do it.
See, you get roped in with those nude teens.
And you didn't really know us, so you thought we were in control.
I knew you guys pretty well. I just thought, what could, and I've been on the bus once already.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I was on the bus the first time.
Yeah. It's like, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, really, it's New York, and there's a law, and the law's on our side.
The worst part of that whole thing, man, was not smoking. That was the worst part of that entire ordeal. It wasn't the diseases or the roaches.
And the captain turning to Norton when Norton says, the good thing is that Lewis and I are going to be in there together, so we each have somebody to cover our back. And the guy looked at us and said, are you guys stupid?
Do you really think you're going to protect each other?
Yeah.
Just laughed at us.
Yeah, that was after like 9 hours when we were starting to crack.
I could see Lewis jumping in to help Jim when some guy that's been in the weight room in prison for a few years starts trying to assault Jimmy. Yeah, Lewis will jump right in.
Lewis will jump in with that like attacking twitch finger and try to push the man off of me.
Get off my friend!
Yeah, he's pointing at him, poking him in the chest. That's going to do a lot.
I actually saw that guy. I think it was a lieutenant or a captain. The guy that sat down and actually let us smoke.
Yeah.
I saw him in a deli around the corner from my house.
Really?
And I said the one thing you should always say to a cop. I went, hey, do you remember me? Which never puts a cop on guard at all.
No.
And I explained who I was. He's like, oh, man, you guys got such a shitty deal. We had nothing. He actually admitted, he's like, yeah, that was a bad deal. We never should have arrested you.
We had nothing on you guys. That was fun.
Well, when you piss off the mayor of a city, things happen.
Yep, that was abuse of the law is what that was.
Hell yeah.
And I think he mentioned you and said he was a fan. He was like, yeah, I see Lewis on the Daily Show. He didn't want to talk about me. He wanted to talk about your marketing career.
Lewis, that Daily Show, man, I mean, it is just great. It really is.
It's gotten very good.
It's just one of the best things on TV. I enjoy it every night, and you're just kicking ass on that program.
It's fun.
Lewis's segment on that. Very funny.
Love it, love it, love it.
Well, I'm going to see you guys in May.
All right, Lewis.
I'm going to call Ben, and we'll work it out, and I'll see you shortly.
All right, sounds great. Thank you, Lewis.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot for being kind.
What's the name of the book again, seriously?
Nothing's Sacred.
Nothing's Sacred by Lewis Black. It's getting great reviews.
All right, and you've got tickets for Alice Tully. There'll be 2 under your name.
What do I do? Well, we'll figure it out off air. All right.
I'll get you.
Thank you, Lewis.
Okay.
Bye, sweetie.
There he goes. Lewis Black, everyone.
Nice. There it is.
Wow, we just talked for like an hour and a half. We got to eat cereal and take dumps. And
oh, is that what we're going to do now?
I need coffee. Why wasn't I involved in the latest coffee order?
You were busy chatting with Lee.
You didn't get coffee.
You didn't get coffee.
Lee is just out of his mind. I love the guy.
He's a psychopath.
Is he gone for the day now?
They're going to be back later.
Yeah, proving that they are making another deal.
There's something going on.
So go online and buy some stupid XM shares today.
Where's the other guy? Can we get the Ed in here? That does sound a lot better, by the way.
That's not inside trading. I just know when Elo is in New York with Lee Abrams or Hugh Panero, something's going down and you should buy shares.
I don't know. Isn't that inside?
No, because he just went on the radio.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a secret.
No, because Elo swears that he's here because, the studio was tweaked for the last 2 weeks.
Why?
What happened?
He's got a conference call.
He's got a conference call with who? Other Amber Alert people? Who's he talking to? That's psycho.
All right, whatever. They're telling me to shut up, but I know Elo's not here for us.
Yeah, who cares?
No, of course. I know that. That's obvious.
I don't care about anything. Eric's here doing other stuff. I mean, Chauncey called and told me himself.
That loser. All right. Oh, we have to play the. We have to play this again.
What's that?
Oh, by the way, can I mention one more thing before we go to break? You guys got some really nice press in Boston that I forgot to mention. Because I know there was an interview, which.
Wow, what was that?
Whoa.
Yeah, coming up.
There was an interview at the end we did in Boston.
Uh-huh.
I kind of didn't want to do it. I said, again, I'm sitting these things out for whatever. Syndicated set. This is in Boston. Sean McCarthy. How long did you talk to him for?
About 15, 20 minutes right after our Bill's Bar show.
And I came in for probably the last 10 minutes. What an article. I mean,
really?
Just give me a half hour to get through this.
All right.
Hotline. They're back.
Oh, does that mean he spelled back with a lot of A's?
Bunch of A's.
Bunch of A's, okay.
Good.
I'm smart.
Syndicated satellite radio team Opie and Anthony celebrated their first broadcast on basic XM radio yesterday with a live show in the shadow of Fenway Park. Boston's always been huge for us, Anthony Cumin says.
Cumin?
Yeah, C-U-M-I-N. Yeah, Cumin.
C-U-M-I-N?
Yeah. The morning duo.
I'm a spice.
That's not Cumin.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Coming.
Anthony
Cumin said.
Yeah.
Anthony, you were coming as you were talking to the reporter? Jesus.
I was coming.
Were you whacking like a monkey in front of the guy?
Coming.
The morning...
that's that slang way of spelling coming.
Yeah, there was an apostrophe at the end.
Yeah, coming.
The morning duo, dismissed from AAF after April Fool's hoax and blah, 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 has been available only to premium XM satellite subscribers before yesterday. Opie and Anthony, along with sidekick Jim Norton.
Jesus.
That's actually fine. And their assorted characters were put on another...
very accurate.
It certainly is. And which is basically, believe me, Patrice shit on me one time. You're a sidekick! About Tough Crowd.
Yeah.
He was really just right. And I really am a man who just has never made a stake in anything. I'm fucking Kenny Coattails. Believe me, I'm aware of that.
Kenny Coattails.
Here's what I am. I'm, as the picture's ready to be snapped, put my head up in it. That's what I am.
You know, I'm not even going to argue that point because...
No, I'm Zelig.
Because when Anthony and I... Let's go over really fast. We're on top of the radio world, and we get fired. Our careers are destroyed in one day, one stupid idea, okay? Now, you guys didn't get to live our lives. Anthony and I went away. We went our own ways for a while, and every once in a while we come back to say hi to our old friends.
Sure.
So we'd be invited to, like, roasts and comedy memorials and such, right?
Sure.
I remember being at one of these roasts in the middle of the village somewhere.
Yeah, the Boston Comedy Club.
Boston Comedy Club. They invite us, Aunt and I, saying hi probably for the first time in 6 months.
Sure.
6 months, all of a sudden we're having a little reunion in the back of the place.
Uh-huh.
And Norton's there. And at this point, Norton has moved on with his career. He's doing Tough Crowd with Colin Quinn.
Yep.
And there's his old pals that gave him one of his bigger breaks in the back of the room. Where's Norton sitting?
Oh, not with us.
Right next to Colin Quinn.
Next to Colin Quinn, who Norton probably hasn't seen since Tough Crowd ended.
I saw that fucking balloon-headed Zero last night.
You did?
Yeah, and his awful haircut. He has a 58-pound skull, and he's on the road now. You have no more show, stupid. I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Oh, God.
Believe me.
But
all I do is nod and smile at Geraldo when I see him now.
Oh!
Colin's out. Geraldo's in.
You are cruel.
But you know, you're talking about jumping on people's coattails. I remember that.
Listen,
look, before us, dude, come on. Before us, he was with Dice.
Right.
You were riding the Dice train around the country.
I certainly was.
That is a talent, my friend. I don't look down at you for that.
And what was really
funny...
You
were able to hop from one to another as they peak.
I'm a toad with mediocre talent and great legs. I can leap really far. Even the pilot that I did for HBO, not my pilot,
right.
Louis C.K.
But you're there.
I sneak right in like Zelig. Ka-ching! Picture taken. There he is again.
He's there. I know that guy.
Man who just can't make his own steak. Just watch what other men do and somehow take your fucking fat body and be a part of it.
What was so funny about that roast, Anthony and I were in the back row, and everyone was commenting how you were sitting right next to Colin Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
And hanging us out to dry.
Could you at least, Boston, could you just look at them?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Boss gets up to the podium and starts doing his act and, just really laid into us. Could you look at him?
It's not like you guys have to be up for work in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, we got killed that day, and as well as we should have. And it was a very funny night. But and they all commented that you were sitting very close to Colin and ignoring us. But really fast, Rich Voss was on Dennis Miller last night. Oh my God, killed.
Did he good? Good.
Oh
good.
yeah, and looked like Dennis Miller was really enjoying Voss. They did a little sit-down thing, 5-minute sit-down thing.
That's great. Wow. Voss said he was flying out to L.A. for that.
No, he killed last night. He did great.
Well, him and Bonnie, I think, have a show coming out because they're dating, and it's on some Comedy Central's working on something with their
fiancés.
So anyway, getting back, was that all you want to say?
Yeah, but I also have to stand up for myself here before the whackbag people fucking hang me out to dry. The reason I wasn't sitting with my old pals was because I was one of the roasters, and as is traditional, you have to sit. There's a little placard with your name on it.
Of course, Jimmy.
With all the roasters, and I was one of the roasters.
And
had I not be, I still would have sat next to Colin. But on that particular night, I had a good reason to not sit with my pals Opie and
I guess it was the concrete wall that prevented you from coming to say hi before and after.
Dude, I nodded from across the room. I'm like, O&A, they're around there if you want to go see them.
Opie was complaining about that, and I had to turn to him and say, it's the way it is. We have to take care of ourselves now. We can't depend on Jimmy.
I know the line. I'm trying to remember the movie myself.
I want to say
good
Saturday Night Fever.
was when he went in prison.
Oh shit!
And they can't depend
depend
on Paulie anymore. That's the same situation. We were in the joint. We had to just make do, sell our drugs, whatever we need to do to get through.
Another thing I was thinking about the other day, it's time for me to watch Goodfellas again.
Yeah.
I watch that probably every month,
I know,
whether I need to or not.
But those movies, those movies just kind of cycle through your life. And then you look at your DVDs and realize, oh my God, I have to watch Goodfellas again. It's been too long.
Mm-hmm.
Caddyshack's another one of those movies.
Yeah, that one I'm due.
You're due for a Caddyshack viewing?
Well, since we spoke to Spalding, it's sort of like I gotta watch it again.
You know who I met from Goodfellas? He actually owns a restaurant in L.A. that I ate at. My manager knows him. He's the guy. He's like, you want to see helicopters? The guy that's
really?
Yeah. He's like
the guy that sold the drugs in the hotel room.
That is what he did. Yeah. He's a restaurant owner in L.A. And I didn't recognize him. Like, that's the guy from Goodfellas who did the helicopters. Oh yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird.
Just anybody that was in that goddamn movie.
Bob Golub. Golub was in it, right? The comedian? Yeah, two niggas just stole my truck.
That was him?
It's Bob Golub, yeah.
Wow.
And
how do I know that name?
He's a comedian. He's friends with Voss. He lives in L.A. He's been around for years. Everybody knows Bob.
Okay.
And Lorraine Bracco was as good as always. She's the only one that could ruin The Sopranos. She's terrible.
She really is.
They were going to find it, Henry! That's good. Yuck.
He threw me out of the car!
Hoo-hoo!
You have a whore living upstairs. There's a whore in your building. Oh, what a mess. What a whiny mess.
All right, we really have to take a break.
Oh, damn it.
Because, I mean...
We have to take a break.
Because I'm making brown dots in my underwear as we speak.
God damn it.
I got some poking going on at this point.
Oh, is the turtle now coming out?
Oh, I think I got bingo in my underwear.
Like a bingo marker.
Every time he shifts or lifts his cheek, the underwear crumples and the little dot ends up somewhere else.
I think I got bingo across, yes.
Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Hey, I'm proud of myself. I made that one up on the fly.
That was a good one.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Let's stop and acknowledge that. Thanks. I usually go with the old, looks like a used shoe shine rag, but I was able to come up with something new. Thank you. All right, we have to break. When we come back, Danny, the intern, still working for us. Hey, guys, good to see you again. Sorry we didn't really acknowledge you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Danny and Nathaniel still here.
Oh, everyone's still here. Yeah, we didn't lose anybody.
Travis and Ricky.
Wow. He said that I thought they hired new people.
And, of course, Derek. And I guess there was a lot of controversy when we were away.
What?
What
kind of controversy?
They were pretty much going to call the FBI while we were gone. Swear to God.
Problem?
It was well, I don't want to give it away. Because it's unbelievable.
Someone handed me that disc. I didn't even look at the pictures.
There was something that was given to us that has just been laying around.
Yeah.
That someone discovered and really freaked out, called Washington. We're ready to call the authorities. It was a whole thing that went on.
Really? Stop.
Yeah, we'll get into that next. All right?
Wow.
Somebody found a gay intern? Oh, wait.
Oh, my God, dude.
I'm going to call my lawyer.
All right, let's...
Sorry you raised a faggot.
Let's calm down. We have no idea if he
There's
was.
someone gay in your studio.
There's a homo in your building.
We have no idea what he was, and quite frankly...
Upstairs on the 5th floor.
Quite frankly, we don't care.
That's right.
If he is, that's
got to be tough around your golf buddies. Hey, that's the pole smoker we've been hearing about. Yep, that's him.
If he is, good for him.
Right.
All right?
I flushed the blazer down the toilet. They would have found it.
Maybe you and Monica Lewinsky's father can play golf and trade how your kid sucks dick tips. Stupid.
Look, we have no idea what that kid was up to.
What do you mean, kid? What?
We have no idea.
All right. I don't even know who you're talking about.
You should be proud of yourself. Someone put a cock in your face, you took it like a man. Yeah.
As we go to break, once again, Anthony, Howard Stern talking about the company he wanted to go to.
Oh, here we go.
But this stupid idiot was stubborn and made the worst decision of his career.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday.
How about that woman that took her shirt off?
It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. Show us your findings. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday.
Oh, this is fantastic. This is effing beautiful.
It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. Cancel your appointment. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday.
Stay out the bushes.
It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday. It's Whipple Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. I just love a drive in the country, laughing with Opie and Anthony. That plane is flying awfully low, don't you think, Ramon? Ramon, call 911.
Hey, Anthony, a lot of people asking about the WOW stickers. A lot of new listeners, actually. They're trying to figure out what the hell this WOW thing is all about. Go to opieandanthony.com, and basically it's a sticker. You can get them. The info's up on opieandanthony.com, but basically you send a self-addressed stamped envelope. We send out the WOW stickers. And it's a promotion that Anthony and I started many, many years ago. We've gotten a lot of press about it over the years, and it's great. It works great.
It's so easy.
WOW represents Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
And now it's like whip them out whenever.
Yeah, pretty much. If a girl sees a WOW sticker and they feel like it, they're going to flash you while you're driving your car.
Right. It's that easy. The weather gets nice. The girls are wearing some easily accessible clothing. And then you'll be driving your vehicle. You got the WOW sticker on the back, or even the truckers we noticed scrape it in the dirt on the back of their rigs. And then a girl sees that. She knows the show. She's familiar with the situation. She'll pull up next to you and lift her shirt up. And then you know what it is? It's a little treat on your nasty commute home. You could be sitting in traffic. You're all, oh, this sucks. Your mind's just fixated on the fact that you're in traffic and it blows. And then all of a sudden you look over and go, wait, why is that girl showing me her tits? Oh, it's the WOW.
And WOW works in some places better than others, obviously. Like when you're going to a concert,
yeah,
you're stuck in that stupid traffic going and coming from concerts.
Right.
Oh, man, the wowing that goes on. Going and coming and going sporting events, perfect when you're stuck in that traffic, that type of thing. Going to the beaches and all that crap, you know?
Yep.
It seems to be a more festive thing. And
but like, let's say, funeral procession.
Funeral's a little rough.
Probably rough.
A little rough.
Probably wouldn't be as easy as the beach.
A little rough.
Something like that, right.
I don't know how you open up the casket and give a wow at that point.
Maybe searching for a lost girl during an Amber Alert. Probably not going to get a lot of wows.
Yeah, because the girls, a little more sensitive than the guys.
A little more sensitive.
They see the license plate up there on the thing, and then they're looking at all the cars around them.
Yeah.
Trying to be helpful.
Like
so they're a little busy. They don't want to wow at that point. You're right, Anthony.
Yeah. The scene of flaming wreckage. You're probably going to rubberneck a little bit and not want to maybe look at the wow sticker and get a wow. So certain situations, a little easier than others.
Going to the racetrack? Perfect.
Perfect. There you go.
Perfect.
They get the races.
What's wrong, Jimmy?
I'm just reading this. We're talking to Lewis, and I thought of it. I should have asked him about it, but again, what's he going to say? I like The Daily Show. I like Jon Stewart. I think he's a really good comic. Mm-hmm. He's a really good comic.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, remember, it's in this month's Hustler. Tucker Carlson exit stage right.
Oh, yeah.
Which Crossfire, I think, was dumb. A boring show, and I never watched it because I don't care about two bores just yelling at each other about politics. It stinks, and I don't watch it. But when Jon Stewart went on and kind of sandbagged them and got real and, trashed the show, I mean, not that I didn't agree with him that the show stinks, but it just bothered me. It drives me nuts. And then they said Tucker Carlson left, and this is what makes me want to just vomit. It seems CNN President Jonathan Klein agrees. I guess I come down more firmly in the Jon Stewart camp. I think Stewart made a good point about those noise levels of these types of shows, which does nothing to illuminate the issues of the day. The president of CNN comes down on the side of a liberal as opposed to somebody on his own network on a show that it just makes me sick.
Obviously, it's just the ratings. If the ratings were good with Crossfire, it still would have been on.
And John came on, and he kind of trashed them both, which was good for him. But then he's like, you're on there as a comic, and the guy's like, well, tell a joke. The guy was annoyed, I guess. Mm-hmm. And John's like, well, I'm not here to be your monkey. And then the guy goes, well, how come you lobbed up all these softball questions to John Kerry? And John's like, well, I'm on Comedy Central. And that seems like a really valid point.
But you can't play both sides.
You can't play both sides, man. Yeah. If you're on Comedy Central being a comic, then don't come on here and try to be serious and be poignant. When they say, well, then, all right, be funny, don't hide behind that one. Well, I'm not going to be your monkey. And they say, well, how come you lobbed up softball questions? Well, I'm a comic.
So you're a monkey on your show, then you come on this show.
That's been bugging me since I heard it. And what bugs me more is, and again, I like him as a comic, and I'm not even on Comedy Central anymore. He's always been a genuine, I think he's a really good comic, man. But that just drove me nuts, the way people thought it was this brave thing, and I just disagreed.
Yeah, well, he's what is known as a bedwetting liberal, they call it.
He is. And
bedwetting liberal. So if he was on maybe Al Franken's show, I'm sure it would have been all buddy-buddy, backslapping, and he would have been the monkey that day, making a lot of funny jokes, them both agreeing on how much the right and Republicans stink, and they would have had a good time. But since this guy is right-leaning and Stewart is a bedwetting liberal, obviously they didn't get along.
And I think he attacked the liberal on the show too. I don't remember who the liberal. Who was the liberal? Tucker Carlson was the conservative, and there was a liberal.
By me.
On that.
I have no idea which one is which.
Yeah.
It was a babbling, stupid show.
Awful.
I mean, I'll give Jon Stewart that.
And he goes. But the one thing I didn't like is he said. You have a responsibility to the public discourse, and you fail miserably. I'm just tired of this dignity being given to these people, like they have this responsibility to the public. It's entertainment dog shit.
Yep.
They don't have a responsibility. If you're dumb enough to get your opinion from these two assholes shouting at each other, then you don't deserve to be informed about the issues. If you can't read the paper yourself, or at least come to your own conclusions, if you think that these two screaming fucks or the place that you're going to find out what's really going on, then you're an idiot and you don't deserve to know what's going on.
People make the mistake of thinking because it's on CNN, it has to be this responsible journalism that goes by this old code that the old journalists had of truth and this, that. People are getting confused. CNN is an entertainment channel. It is entertainment. They give you news during certain parts of the show, just like a lot of the all news channels. They will give you news that is supposed to be that responsible, fact-driven news. But the rest of the day, you can't fill an entire 24-hour period with that. So the rest of the day are these entertainment shows that people, for some reason, think are held to the same standard that journalists have. And they're not. They're opinions.
Editorials.
They're speculation. They're, editorials. It's entertainment programming. And people seem to think it's supposed to be like Walter Cronkite giving us the news, the evening news.
I just don't believe. I think this show just annoyed him. He didn't like it. He probably just didn't like the conservative on it. And just to come out like that, like it was this integrity-driven thing.
Yeah.
And the public is so stupid. Just the way they jumped up. Because I heard the audio. I heard, like, wow, I mean, you got to see this. He really shreds these guys. So I listened to the audio. I'm like, he didn't shred these guys.
No.
He played both sides of the fence a little bit, like, and that kind of annoyed me. It's like, what are you doing, man? If he would have done it in a funny way, because I do think he's a bright guy. It's like, and he is good at being political and being funny.
It's a credit.
Not easy.
It's a credit to his talent that I love the show and I find him hysterically funny on it, even though I know his politics are just like they're not my politics.
Right.
And for me to actually sit and enjoy him on a political show like that, it is a credit to his talent.
But it's like, sometimes people get a little self-important, and when entertainers start to think, it's like, I know it's a comedy show, but you weren't really, I don't know what his John Kerry interview was like, but it's like, if you're going to be so tough on these guys, why not be, if you want to talk about you're failing in the public discourse, well, you got one of the presidential candidates, be tough on him.
It wasn't, though. I saw the interview. It was about, he asked him nothing about the allegations of the rest of his, the riverboat people there. His boat people that turned on him. Nothing about that. Nothing about his war record and everything that came up with that. It was pretty much just a Bush bash session.
Of course it was. And then why do that and then come after these two guys who mean nothing?
Yeah.
Like why save all the angst and the let's get down to brass tacks for these two who are just two jack-offs?
He shouldn't have been hard-hitting on The Daily Show with Kerry. It should have been what it was. We kept it very light and funny. But then, you can't then go on and say, well, I'm here on a serious show.
Right, like, hey, all kidding aside, guys, I don't like this kind of stuff. Well, then how come if you're all kidding aside, why were you like that with John Kerry? Well, I'm a comic. I'm not supposed to be serious. Just annoyed me.
Go whine some more on your show. That whole thing after 9/11. Oh, my God.
What do you mean?
Oof, when he was just crying.
Dude, I swear to God, I've seen The Daily Show 10 times.
And then he's just, if you're that taken by what happened on 9/11, the guy was talking about how his apartment overlooked the World Trade Center and how now it's gone, but now in its place is the Statue of Liberty. And he loses his mind.
Who said that?
Jon Stewart, right on the show. It's like, all right, but then to turn around and have your politics so in line with letting something like that absolutely happen again. Yeah. Believe me, I'm not saying that Bush and the right and the Republicans have the answers, that's for sure.
No, they don't.
Not saying that. But the way his politics are, it just leaves us really open up for some more nasty crap.
And can I say, I know I'm going to get the email, save yourselves the time. Every time I talk about something like this, I get the emails, dude, stop bashing liberals. No, I'm not going to stop bashing them. And yes, I do bash conservatives, too. Conservatives are
the far right
with freedom.
Is equally as stupid as the far left. They're both morons who don't know how to, who can only follow a party line and have no moderation, can't make up their own minds.
I'm laughing at you guys because, getting into some serious stuff here, which we do on the program, right?
Sometimes.
And so I can't be bothered with some of that stuff, so I just kind of go do my thing for a while, and and I'm eating my cereal, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, might as well, while they, take care of this like they do, and it's important to the show, I'll see what I could do to make the show better. So I'm starting to read the instant feedback. These are 4 right in a row.
All right.
You guys are giving it your all, giving your point,
sure.
okay? And this is what people are commenting on. Jeremy from Toronto, can someone please buy Opie a fucking soft plastic spoon? Sounds like a broken wind chime in the background. Fast Freddy, please tell Opie to stop with the eating. Booby Man from Brooklyn, Opie, is your oatmeal good? You are scraping the bowl like you never ate it before. Stop it, faggot. M. Beavis, it just keeps going on and on. Opie, stop clanking your spoon on your cereal bowl, you tool. Chester's Liver, okay, I'm trying to listen to you, Aunt, but I hear what must be Opie's spoon hitting the bottom of his bowl.
Clang.
Not complaining, I think it's actually funny. It just goes on and on. On and on. That cereal yummy, Opie? Is someone making chocolate milk in the background?
That's what it sounded like.
And I'm thinking I'm just being discreet, like, all right, I'll listen in, and I'm starving over here. My blood sugar level seems to be dropping a little. I'll just take this moment to get some food in me. Holy shit! Stop with the fucking cereal bowl, Opie. Just goes on and on. So, all right, we got to get Danny in here.
Danny.
Something really crazy happened while we were on break.
Right, am I hearing this right? Norton is getting all his deep political insight from Hustler magazine?
Well, yeah, it's pretty consistent, I'd say.
Okay. Well, what are you going to... Danny?
I see you letting the head roll a little.
A little bit. What do you think?
That's all right.
What'd you do during...
It's like Boss's awful Jew hair.
It's not bad.
I worked, Aunt.
You worked?
Yeah, these guys worked.
vacation?
These guys worked for free while we enjoyed the...
Damn, you didn't go on a cruise?
The 2-week vacation.
Nope. I came here a couple of days. I was helping Ziggy out with the store.
Dude, I'm walking the beach, trying to, figure out if I should start smoking pot again. I'm searching out the Coconut Man every day.
I'm dining with the captain.
And these guys working for free.
Working for free.
Back in New York.
The O&A slaves. Very good. Well, there was a controversy.
Yes, Danny. What happened?
The FBI was almost involved?
Pretty much.
Apparently. You guys know Mars, the engineer here. He wanted to tell me a story. He said it was pretty funny, so he was telling me that somebody had moved a box that was in here into the room in the back, and it was apparently...
It was one of our... It was, into one of our offices that we don't use.
All right.
One of the offices that we demanded from XM. We demanded that they build all these offices.
Well, we have an office, but me and Opie needed another office.
That's right.
So we demanded we have an office with just 2 desks in it for us to get away from the riffraff.
Yeah. And, if you listen to this program, we make it sound like there's no one else in this facility. It's all about Anthony and I, and Jim Norton, of course. And, they had to make a lot of space for the Opie and Anthony show here in New York, and it was a small space to begin with, and that wasn't good enough for us. We're like, no, we need to take over the entire conference room. We need the whole kitchen area as our private offices. We need build, or we're not coming.
Right.
So then the rest of the gang had to be shoved into tiny little cubicles. Their space that was small to begin with got smaller.
Now the area where the coffee machine and everything was, now it takes up like a 2-foot spot on a shelf. Pretty much their lunchroom.
So they build these really nice offices so Aunt and I could get away. We haven't used them once.
Yeah.
So I guess a box from the studio was moved into one of these offices.
You got it. Mm-hmm. And Mars was kind of curious of what was in the box because it was kind of bulging on the sides.
What's in the box? Tell me what's in the box.
The box.
Don't we have that somewhere?
No, I think you do have it somewhere.
Yeah, we should get it, though.
No, we had it. I played it once. All right, go ahead.
Sorry. So Mars opens the box, and sure enough, inside is the Pickled Punk.
Oh, the Pickled Punk.
No.
Where do we get that from?
Andrew Gore.
Andrew Gore.
And I openly admitted that it has brought me bad luck for the 2.5 years that he gave it to me. He gave it to me like 2.5 years ago, and there's been some weird things that have happened in my life.
The Greg Brady tiki.
And I'm
thinking,
thinking,
you wear it around your neck.
And I was thinking it was in my closet in my New York apartment. I'm thinking, who knows? Yeah. Maybe it would be smart to just give it back to the guy, and maybe it will help my luck. Maybe
it is taboo.
Maybe it'll help my luck.
Taboo.
So I brought it back in here because he was supposed to be in New York to.
Does everyone know what a Pickled Punk is? I don't know if all our listeners know.
It's
an old circus term.
It's it's from the old sideshows. You would pay your $1 or back then, what was it, a quarter or a nickel? It was like a nickel or something.
Yeah, a nickel, and you'd go in and see these. They're deformed fetuses. maybe spontaneous miscarriage or something like that. Or what? Did they have abortions back then?
Who knows?
How did they get these things?
They give them cute names and stuff.
Two-headed, yeah, they'll have 2 heads and 3 legs, or they'll just be so deformed they'll look like lizard baby or something.
Yeah, the lion head boy, things like that.
Yeah, lion head boy. And it's really disgusting. So Andrew gave one to Opie.
Because I had a fascination about it.
Had a fascination with it and was asking for one and got one.
And in Andrew's old crib, and thank God he finally moved.
Yeah.
So if the FBI wants to question me, I have no idea where he lives now.
Uh-huh.
He had a display in this old joint that was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
We've talked about the Siamese babies with the diapers on them.
Yeah, little diapers
in
on
a fish tank. And these things were so old, they had like really, really old locks on them and stuff. From the original owners and stuff. These things have been passed down, generations.
Yeah, Pickled Punk. Very funny name for dead fetus.
Yeah. So he finally gave me one as a little present.
Little Pickled Peterson.
Well, that's where this gets interesting, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. So you found it was bringing you bad luck. As you had it hanging around your neck when you went surfing.
No, I thought it couldn't hurt to bring it back and give it back to the owner.
Take it back.
So it's been just kind of laying
Mr.
around.
Hanalei give you directions to the cave.
Right.
And then what happened with Tiki? Your TV dad took it and wore it around his waist, and
well, I had a discussion. With Vincent Price, and
yeah, Vincent Price.
He was in that episode.
And we all went to a luau.
I do nothing wrong.
Do nothing wrong.
So,
it is taboo.
So I brought it back in.
Yeah.
And it ended up in a box because no one really wanted to look at it. And then, this place is kind of cluttered, and it was just forgotten about.
Yeah, I definitely did not want to look at that thing anymore.
So the box was moved to this office that Anthony and I don't use.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? Sorry, Danny. Getting back to you finally.
That's all right. So Mars opens it up, sees that it's indeed a fetus in a jar, and doesn't remember that you had brought this in and spoke about it on the air.
Fetus in a jar.
So he proceeds to freak out and grabs Poe and brings him in to ask him.
Poe wrestled it to the ground.
Real, if it's fake. They're freaking out. Poe wants to call the police. And,
oh my God!
No. So Mars finds us in the back office because he had to go get something, and he looks into the box, and there's the Pickled Punk. And
Did they ever hear us talking about this thing?
That's why I'm surprised.
Jesus.
And then Master Poe got involved, and then Bruce, who runs the New York facility, got involved, and they're all just staring at it.
Master Poe put a little ghee on it, taught it a few kicks.
So then what happened there, Danny?
Well, apparently some calls were made down to Washington.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy, here we go again.
That's all Washington needs now with phone calls. Oh, what's the problem? Equipment thing? No, there seems to be a fetus here.
In a jar. In a mayonnaise jar.
Oh, God.
Looks like it might have been born this week. Great.
Oh, boy.
And no one could figure out if it was real or fake. And Mars decided that he just had to find out for himself.
No way.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Put on a glove, cracked it open, and started poking it.
Why would you open that? That hasn't been opened in decades.
Yeah, and
probably 90 years.
If you look at it, it looks like it's plastic.
Yeah.
So
he poked it and realized it is real.
Indeed, it was. Well, he was telling me that the night before he was in
what
bed.
What does it feel like?
And he couldn't fall asleep.
Oh, my God, I might puke.
Oh.
Holy, just hit me.
Oh, what did it feel like?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Like a raw chicken leg.
Dude, look at my arm.
Where it kind of skin moves around a little on the bone.
Yeah. It takes a lot to get me skeeved. I just like, wow. That was the beginnings of a puke.
That is really
He was telling me the night before he was just thinking about whether it was fake or not, and he just could not fall asleep, and he was just saying to himself, all right, tomorrow I'm just going to go in, I got to touch it.
You will be molested. You will be molested.
He had to touch it?
Yeah.
So he was poking at it?
Yeah, if we want, I guess we could ask him what it felt like if you guys want to know.
What does a Pickled Punk feel like?
I just like the way Danny tried to direct the show. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want it.
Are you kidding me?
Guys, get him in here.
You bring him right in. It's a good point, young man.
With all the other interns laughing.
Oh, he hasn't.
They revel in others' failure.
He hasn't seen Ben in 3 hours. He figured, what the hell? I'll give it a shot.
I like the fact that young Danny and his new Carmine Ragusa hair. So what'd you do when you found the Pickled Punk? Did you slide on the floor and sing Rags to Riches? Wow.
Mars is in the
Ragu.
studio.
How you doing?
So, are you on?
I don't know. I hear myself.
Talk again, Mars.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, he's on. He's on.
They're a little low.
Little
I
low,
want to
but I
adjust
can
that
hear.
mic.
Okay.
No, not your headphone volume.
I know.
Silly. So what happened? You found the Pickled Punk in the back office?
Yeah. And the thing was that I didn't know how I got there.
You never heard us talking about the Pickled Punk on the show? And,
Unfortunately, did not. So my concern was that someone dropped it off maliciously because maybe we're making jokes of Lacey Peterson and her little
so
Connors.
someone dropped off the Pickled Punk. I'm wondering how long it took the Pickled Punk to fill out all the paperwork.
And Poe taking pictures of it.
It actually started when it was in the guy's balls. It went through the whole pregnancy and the abortion and the formaldehyde. You forgot to sign here, little thing.
And what kind of ID did the Pickled Punk actually have for Poe?
I need a photo ID. Gentlemen. Yeah.
All right, so?
So after that, first thing I did, of course, was pull Paul over, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know if that's real," and I kept saying that it is real, and then I spoke to Bruce as well, and
you found out it was real by poking it.
Well, actually, you can tell it's real. I've seen one of those in Germany when I was out in Germany.
Really?
And and it looks very real.
But you still had to poke it.
Ultimately, to actually really find out if it was real.
Well,
actually,
what part of the body did you poke?
The head.
Oh, of course.
The head.
That's good.
That's
did it go
good.
back into the left?
Jesus, you're poking the head of a fetus. That's real smart.
Well, I had to find out. Again, like I said, I had no knowledge that it was here before, so I thought it was a malicious act. So I noticed that it was very, very detailed. Saw the genitals. It's a little girl.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So why did you take it out of the jar?
No, I did not. I moved the jar around.
You wanted to see its genitals. That's why you touched it.
Oh,
you didn't poke the head. You opened the legs.
Sicko.
Has a little tiny anus.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, keep talking.
All the details of that. Sure, why not?
I love this story.
So,
was it preserved in Jesus juice?
Actually, I was trying to smell
I never touched that fetus.
the formaldehyde, but it's not too much of a strong smell. Formaldehyde is more of an alcohol-based.
Better than that.
But you lost sleep the night before you decided to molest this thing?
Well, the thing was that some of my higher-ups thought that everybody wanted me to believe that it was fake, and I was determined to prove that it was real.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah,
Scalpel?
it's real. It's absolutely real.
You should take a bite out of it. You sink your teeth into like halfway through the head and just bite through the ears and the bridge of the nose, and you chew it.
Oh my God! Stop
it!
You know the stench that would come off of that into your mouth and your molars.
Cook it up like hot wings.
No, you just eat it raw.
Just
See it
take
looking
a
up at you.
bite.
She wasn't aborted.
It would you know what it would come apart like? I don't know how many people will get this reference, but remember when Damone went to visit his pal there, Rat, in the restaurant when he was on the date, and he bit into that thing at the table. He goes, "Hey, Rat, how you doing? Yeah, I come here all the time." And he bit that thing, and it kind of popped, and water shot out of it.
Oh my God!
Hey, you forgot your wallet. You forgot your abortion over my.
Well, Dr. Mars said that the tiny anus appeared to be of normal size and consistency, and he's saying that it wasn't aborted. How did you know it wasn't aborted?
Well, I think it's not aborted because you will see bruises on the fetus if it was aborted. And there are no bruises on the fetus.
Except for the finger marks you put in its head.
Now it probably has bruises.
But isn't it gray?
No, it's
whitish.
It's white.
It's whitish, so it doesn't really have any pigment on it.
It's well preserved. It's it's disgusting.
Ugh, sandwich.
So then what happened? What did you guys decide to do?
So ultimately, what happened was
let's drop it out the 5th floor window.
Splat.
We spoke
along
to
with our careers. Splat.
We spoke to DC, and they wanted to ask one of you guys, but you guys were on vacation. We didn't bother
we were busy on a cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be bothered with dead fetus questions.
So when I come in on Monday, the first person that I see is Steve, and I says, "Hey, Steve, by the way, there was a box in the back," and he says, "Oh yeah, the fetus."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, you know about it?" And he said, "Yeah, it's been with us all this time," and he explained the story to me about Andy Gore and all that good stuff.
What happened to the fetus?
It is still in Opie's office.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Why don't you give it back? That's just creepy.
Get that thing out of here.
I've been trying, but
get that goddamn thing out of here. Give it a proper burial.
They won't let
Take
me
it out on a boat off of Modesto and drop it in the water.
They won't let me travel with it or anything.
So why? Because you got to pay for another ticket.
So
he's afraid it will break in his bag. You pull out a duffel bag, the fetus is stuck to the back of one of your books.
Oh God!
See, like one of its little feet has fallen off.
It's got the iPod headphones on.
That'd make a great commercial. All right, well, thanks.
You're welcome.
Mars.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Thanks, Danny.
Poking. Poked his head. The whole head's a soft spot, isn't it? On something that old.
Oh, you did not come back. He's
Totally
been doing
got
it.
him.
He's been doing that to you for 6 months.
Walking back. I'm going to poke him in the head.
All right, we'll take.
Wow, what are we going to do with that thing?
I don't know.
Come on, you got to get rid of it.
I thought I did by bringing it back in
Can't you
here.
just send it back to Andy Gore?
Yeah, I'm not mailing it.
Mail it. You could send a fetus through the mail, can't you?
I got to figure something out. I guess it's my responsibility.
Yes, it is.
I don't want it.
All right, we'll take another break. We got to catch up a little bit. We got a lot of stuff still to do. We got Mike Tyson audio.
Someone's suggesting fetus hacky sack. Or give it to Joe Rogan for a Fear Factor eating stunt.
Ugh.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you for the instant feedback, people.
This is driving him nuts, so we'll keep doing this.
Oh, of course it is.
So here's Howard talking about our company.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Life in corporate America can be a grind.
All they do is they remove the humor from everything.
And you don't want to worry about your behavior around the office becoming a problem.
I'm standing here with this erection feeling silly.
You're going to need some sound advice.
Talk less and suck more.
From a qualified professional.
I'm a stand-up comic who hates his own guts.
New from the HIV Corporation. It's the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook.
Sensitivity training. Maybe you could send someone from Human Resources in, and they can tickle my bag a little. I can go, ooh, very sensitive area, and then they can leave.
Jim will help you construct a business plan.
Greed is good.
He'll guide you through the hiring process.
Hire all fat chicks if you don't want them harassed.
He's also a whiz at customer relations.
Here's what you do, stupid. When they complain, you go, click. You take the phone. Click.
Ladies will also enjoy Jim's wardrobe recommendations.
You send them to training to not have those big tits showing during the workday.
Jim is also an experienced marriage counselor.
How could you marry a chick that won't drink out of your mule?
And he can help mend even the most fractured of family relationships.
I killed my wife with a hammer.
And he'll also assist with time management.
1:30, Human Resources attempts to talk about sensitivity training. 1:35, they are wiping saliva that Jim Norton has spit on them off of themselves as he walks outdoor. End of meeting.
Call 1-800-LOG-DROP for the Jim Norton Sensitivity Handbook. Order today.
Meeting adjourned.
It is a natural impulse to grab and squeeze the breasts.
No shit.
Real soft. Almost like pudding.
Yes. A hard piece of ass.
Quite a handful. Yeah.
The nipples are so sensitive that a mere tweak between finger and thumb will give a perfectly good result.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
In case you didn't know.
Man, everything
got loud.
Everything got really loud. That just
What
hurt
happened?
my ears. I don't know. We were doing so well for so long today.
How did it just get loud?
It got really loud. Well, we got the tech guys. They're tweaking as we go. They did a lot of work on the studio while we were gone on our vacation, and everything looks pretty good so far. But they're tweaking and figuring it all out for the next couple of days. So bear with us, and as we bear with them. What?
Will Ed come on?
I want Ed to come on. No, now there's another.
Now he's busy.
Now he's busy. That guy is a genius.
Got his shirt sleeves rolled up.
That guy makes you feel so freaking stupid. We got to get Ed on before the end of the show.
Problem?
Yeah, he's going to fix another problem, so we'll get him on a little later. There's a lot going on.
Love it.
A lot of stories we still haven't gotten to.
Oh, there's plenty of stories.
A lot of stories in the news today.
Stories.
Stop. Jesus. We're so self-destructive.
Yes, we are.
we are the worst. We're our own worst enemy.
Believe me, I'm holding back. I want to make Jimmy wet his pants because I know he'll laugh his ass off.
He won't come on. Why, Eric?
He's working.
Yeah, I know. He's working as we speak, Eric, and he's tweaking.
He'll get to you when he can.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we could.
There's plenty of stories in the news that we can hit on.
Well, the New York. Actually, sorry, they're the same paper to me, but the New York Daily News did a lazy husband contest, and they got the winner of that.
Of course they did. What do you expect? Of course. Lazy husband. Of course.
You want to do this, or you got the fake DJ over there, then we got the disabled girl getting punched in the face.
Oh, that's under hot teen news.
Forced to perform sex acts.
I like that. Can we talk about that one? Because I think it's really a disturbing case.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little disturbing.
It's upsetting.
Witnesses. Disabled girl punched in face, forced to perform sex act. Oof.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Yes. Did you hear me? Maybe that slipped. Maybe that slipped through. Maybe no one heard what I said. I said witnesses.
I'm
disabled
sorry.
girl.
Hold on. I'm a little slow. Hold on.
I'm trying to find my article here.
All right. Yeah, we're Okay.
Disabled girl punched in face, performed a forced to perform sex act.
Wow.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
We have the timing of throat cancer. We're the worst.
Horrible.
I don't have any buttons. I would have loved to push one there.
A 16-year-old disabled girl was punched and forced to engage in videotaped sexual acts with several boys in a high school auditorium as dozens of students watched, according to witnesses. They're investigating this at Mifflin High School. It was at Columbus, Ohio. Yeah. 4 boys suspected of involvement were sent home and have not returned to class. Also, the principal, Regina Crenshaw, was suspended and will be fired for not calling police. And 3 assistant principals were suspended and will be reassigned to other schools. Wow. This sounds like something we would have done.
Oh, her father said the girl is developmentally disabled. A special education teacher said the teen had a severe speech impediment.
What is wrong with you? You are just the worst. You really are just the worst.
I'm not the one that punched all mush in the chops.
You really
Stop
stink.
laughing at me!
Yeah, really. Stop laughing at her.
At me. You
Please.
Stop laughing at me!
Oh,
It's not funny, Stop laughing at me!
She was probably talking up a storm, and they're like, how do we get her to shut up? I have it. Ding!
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
You're the worst.
You're stupid!
I agree with her.
Well, school officials...
Oh, severe speech impediment. She had the old cock in the cleft palate disease.
Jesus. What did she do to you?
Oh. Punch the retarded girl in the face and make her give you a Hummer. Wow.
I don't understand how somebody does that.
I don't understand how you don't. How do you hold back for as long as these boys did? Hearing that awful voice every day.
I don't understand where this comes from with Jimmy.
The girl was forced to perform oral sex on at least 2 boys, according to the statement from school officials obtained by the Columbus Dispatch. Part of the alleged assault was videotaped by a student who had a camera for a school project. I give it an A.
Me too.
School officials found the girl bleeding from the mouth. An assistant principal cautioned the girl's father against calling 911 to avoid media attention. And the girl's father called police. And her father said the girl is developmentally disabled. A special education teacher said the teen has a severe speech impediment.
Well, she does now.
But, man, whoever the kid is that did this, that's a future of just rape and crime and murder. How do you just grab a developmentally disabled girl, punch her in the face, and then grab her head and start making her give you a little... I don't... Stop touching yourself, Jimmy.
You're the worst.
I'm not the worst. I'm not the one who does it.
All right.
I just think it's...
Don't just stare at it. Eat it.
Because you understand that's what's wrong with our country. It's not entertainment. It's not dirty language. It's the fact that people are raising children that do this.
Animals.
And it's like not only the people that did it, but someone videotaped it, and then other kids watched it, and the teacher didn't call the police. Like, that's where we're living. It's not about your radio show or dirty language on TV. That's the problem. That's why people blame entertainment and all this stuff, because of this. They don't want to acknowledge this underlying core of just what a disgusting group of human beings we are.
Yeah, this kid is raised in a household, right? He's got at least one parent. Where is that parent teaching this kid what's, right or wrong? That you shouldn't... it shouldn't even get to the point where you have to say, don't punch developmentally disabled girls in the mouth and then shove your cock in there.
Yeah.
It should have been... something should have been taught to this kid throughout the years that he wouldn't even dream of doing something like that.
Let's go to the phones real fast. Dan in Canada. Dan?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just wondering if maybe there's a comedy show going on in the auditorium and maybe a certain Bob Kelly was present.
Oh, you think Bob...
A lot of people wondering if Bob Kelly was the ringleader.
Well, the thing is that everybody's missing is you don't have to punch a retarded girl in the face. Just tell her it tastes like candy. Look
I'm sorry. I don't love it. You're stupid.
It'll make you smart and pretty.
Oh, is that awful?
Yeah, it really is.
What other...
well, let's say hi to Dave in Texas, then we'll move on here.
We'll
Dave?
move on to another story.
Sure,
already.
there's a bunch of them. Dave, go ahead.
Hey, guys. She may not be totally innocent. I remember in my high school, most of the retards there were just horny as hell.
Oh, my God. You're blaming the girl.
I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying that she may not have been, so opposed to it.
I've heard this about retards over the years, though.
Are you insane?
Not that she was looking for this, obviously, but I've heard that retards are very, very horny people.
Well, I've also heard about scenes of masturbation in the hospitals and stuff, but I don't think that's a sexual thing. Like it's a come on,
I'm not saying that.
So you're saying maybe the girl was horned up and led these youngsters on?
I'm just agreeing with this guy that I've heard over the years that retards are very, very
and
horny
what
people.
difference would that make in this situation?
I'm not bringing that part of what he's saying into this situation.
Is Dave saying that maybe that makes a difference?
I was sort of changing the subject a little bit to horny retards.
Well, I can say for sure that when I was in high school, there were two retards that busted out of their little retard class. And they were found full-on fucking in a stairwell by the science teacher in between classes. I mean, just going off.
All right.
What kind of speech impediment did she have? She probably had big, dumb buck teeth.
All right, listen.
Oh, is that awful?
Listen, stop. Stop now, please. I beg you. Stop. Stop. Those teeth. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm writing down my food order.
I know. Hold on.
Can I have a smoothie?
Oh, you're going to get... I want a smoothie so bad, but... You know what happens, though?
What?
By, 5 o'clock, that smoothie works its magic.
It's good, though.
And I'm reading Popular Mechanics in the bathroom.
But that's the beauty of it.
Sitting on the bowl so long, I have baby fawn legs when I stand up. All shaky, I fall down, a tiger tries to get me.
You should wobble out to your driveway and just splatter on your driveway so your stupid birds have something to eat.
Birds don't eat human shit,
Maybe some little niblets in there.
Well, the smoothies have some fine goodness in there. And it's not. The point is, it hasn't stayed in Anthony long enough to become that.
Stop! I don't know what it is about smoothie. Turns everything into a salad shooter.
All right, I got something to play for you.
Mom. Yes, honey? You know we were talking yesterday? Yes, we were. Do you know about periods? Yes, what about periods? Do you have periods? Yes. All women have periods. Tell me what happens. Blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. Do you have a question, Jill? Yes, I want to know if Susie has periods. Susie? Yes, Mom? Jill wants to know something. What do you want, Jill? Susie, do you have periods? Do I have periods? Jill, all women have periods about every 4 weeks for 3 or 4 days. When I'm on my period, blood from inside of my body comes outside from an opening between my legs. So, Susie, what about my teacher? Does Miss Jones have periods? Yes, Jill, your teacher, Mrs. Jones, does have periods. All women have periods about every 4 weeks for 3 or 4 days.
How dumb is this kid? She should be punched in the face and made to give a Hummer in a gymnasium.
Dude, that's
stupid questions.
Dude.
Wait, you get a period?
Ugh. Don't you get how smart I am?
What?
She's a slow person asking about periods, and I segged into this.
Are you sure?
I thought
Yes.
I thought it was a little kid.
No,
that wasn't like a daughter talking
it's
to...
a trainable.
Stop it.
Wow.
They used to be called trainables.
I thought it was like a 7-year-old or something that's as being told about periods.
No, this is trainables audio.
Oh, my God. I love this stuff. I cannot get enough of this. I love old 50s sex tapes where they talk about sex.
Yeah.
And I love the trainable ones where it's teaching retards about, mentally challenged people.
Right.
About life, sex, things like that.
Ready to puke?
What is this one about?
Hi, girls.
Hi, Dad.
What have you girls been talking about?
About periods, Daddy. Dad, can I ask you something?
Sure, honey. What is it?
Does Aunt Carol have periods?
Yes, Jill. All women have periods about every 4 weeks.
But, Dad, men don't have periods, do they?
That's right, honey. Men do not. Only women. Blood from inside a woman's body comes outside from an opening between her legs
when I punch
about
her in
every
the face.
4 weeks.
But the blood, won't it get on my clothes?
No, it won't, because you use a sanitary
A
pad.
sanitary pad.
Yes, a sanitary pad.
Susie, what's a sanitary pad?
Come on, Jill, I'll show you. I'm having my period now. Let's go into the bathroom.
She should have asked her black friend what's a sanitary pad. He would have said, yo, man, that's a clean apartment.
We're going into the silly zone. Here we go. Hold on, kids.
Sure. Blood comes from your mother's body between her legs when I push her down the stairs.
And you know the whole time the father's answering the 17-year-old, he's just looking at her head, picturing how nice a hanger would look at the end of it.
Unfortunately, blood didn't come out of your mother when you were born.
Conceived. What an idiot I am.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe, it didn't take.
Yeah, they went with it, though, Aunt. Sometimes they just go with it with you.
Oh, big, stupid, hammer-headed sperm cell swimming toward the egg.
I beat the whole crew here.
Just clumsily stepping on all the other sperm.
Oh, just caught a wave, pushed it up forward, pushed it in front of everybody. Well, I'm in the lead. Hey, what's in here? The miracle. Please. Wonderful.
Want to hear more?
Dopey Mo haircut on the sperm. Oh, big fat tongue hanging out. Wiggling its way through that egg. Oh, I made it. There's some Einstein one, just comes in second. Oh, life. Fuck it.
That would make a great fucking shirt.
Yeah. Life.
Life ...
And that
fuck it.
That dumb sperm shows up and the egg is trying to avoid eye contact. Like maybe if I just look down, all stupid won't latch on.
Please, too stupid to figure out how to get in here. There it is. And then years later you get,
do you get a period, Dad?
No, you dummy.
No, that's when I disappear for 4 days.
Yeah.
And go hunting with the boys.
Every 4 weeks.
Big, dopey, flat-headed sperm. Oh.
Well, we have more.
Oh, please, I hope so.
This is a sanitary pad. This is where I keep them. Look, it is blue on one side, white on the other. That's right. It
Red
also
all
has
over.
sticky stuff, like glue on the blue side. See? It's sticky. Do you know why it's sticky? No. Sticky so the pad will stick to my panties.
Oof. How about sticking it over your mouth, stupid?
This is hot.
Yeah.
Jesus. So it sticks to my panties.
Sexy about, and you know those panties are nothing sexy. Big, nasty bloomers.
Big retard underwears.
Thank God we didn't live back then, man. Thank God.
They're equal size in the front and the back. You know, that whole equal amount of material.
Right. Where do I stick them? Well, between the brown and yellow stain. That's where
Sure. One piece of adhesive goes on the front panel.
Oh, any underwear that has a panel to it, lose it.
This sticks on the front panel.
Piano.
Yeah, sometimes they put little frilly things on the waistband to make it look sexy. It ain't working.
Oh, God, what a mess back then, though. The panties were too big. The hair down there was making your panties look like you were popping Jiffy Pop popcorn.
Oh.
And then you got this thing
The sanitary belt.
Then you got something that sticks to the whole mess.
Yeah.
So you don't bleed into your fucking bloomers.
Yeah, use this belt. For what, my pad? No, to hang your retarded self with.
The inside of her panties smells like Indonesia 2 weeks after the tsunami.
Oh. How do you use it? I'm having my period now. I'll show you how I use it.
Ugh.
You mean the blood's coming from inside your body now? Yes, from the opening between my legs. This is a used sanitary pad.
Oh, come on! Wow!
Oh. It looks like jelly.
Whoa, man, that's brutal.
Look, there's blood on it. See? That's right. Blood coming from inside my body through an opening between my legs.
Look closer. Closer. No, closer. That old gag.
Yeah, like a pie. All right, let me have it.
This is a sanitary napkin, Stanley.
Well, let me have it, Ollie.
Indeed, I will let you have it. Stanley, get a little closer to the sanitary napkin.
What are you going to do with it, Ollie?
I'm going to let you have it.
But I don't think I want it, Ollie.
You said you want it. Now I'll give it to you. Oh. I hope you enjoyed it, old bloodface.
Oh, is that awful? I gotta hear more of that.
Oh, that awful thing she pulled out. Must have looked like a red slug with skin tags on it.
Oh, God.
When the pad has this much blood on it, it's a good time to change it. I'll show you how I change it.
Yeah.
Watch carefully, okay? See how the pad sticks to my panties? See? I fold it over. Now I wrap it up. This way it won't make any mess. Now I put it in the nearest wastebasket.
Like Daddy and Mommy made with
I
you.
do not put it in the toilet.
Mess.
I put it in the nearest wastebasket.
Mm-hmm.
Now I take the clean pad. See? See, Joe? Blue, white. See? That's there, so the pad will stick to panties. See how it sticks to my panties?
Didn't you just rip her
You
uterus
see?
out?
Yes. That's all there is to it.
That's all there is to it. Bingo.
Yeah.
Wow. That is brutal. There's a film with this? How much does she show?
Actually, this came from Nathaniel, right?
Does she show any stinging? Ah, Nathaniel. What a find, my friend. Wow.
We love these.
This beats the crap out of the Danny fetus story.
Okay.
He's flipping me the
Is
bird.
this online or is this actually a home video? His sister Jill.
Oh, God. That's horrible. Is it a video?
Yes, one that I definitely found on my own and was not sent in by a listener.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm better than Danny.
Of
Thank
course you are. I would love to see. Did they show any? Is the older sister showing the snatch?
No, she's
damn it.
wearing one of those old long skirt kind of things.
Oh, so she takes her panties off under the skirt and kind of...
Yeah, but I'll let Opie play the next clip, but they do show what they're talking about in the next clip.
Oh, they do?
Nothing, no.
When she takes her panties off under the skirt, does it look like the elevator in The Shining?
Wow.
old blood fountain gash.
Great trainable, isn't she?
And she's a slow one, huh?
You ripped your wife's panties off and then you left it crumpled in the hallway. I don't recollect that at all.
I think I should change my sanitary pad. Oh, and when do you think you should change your sanitary pad?
As soon as possible.
Very good.
Well, the next track?
Yes.
The trainable puts a pad on.
Puts a pad on?
Yes.
All right, looking forward to it.
Now you try it. Let's pretend you're having your period. Let's make believe that blood is coming out from inside your body through an opening between your legs now. Okay, I'll get a pad. Look, it's blue on one side and white on the other. That's right. It's sticky. It is sticky.
Yeah.
It's sticky, all right.
Like Daddy's tummy.
Sticky because it'll stick to your panties. Are you ready to put it on now? Yes. First I put my panties down.
Oh.
Okay, the pad. Now what do we do? Peel off the paper. Right, peel off the paper. Where are you putting it? The wastebasket. The wastebasket. Okay. Now what are you going to do? I'm sticking it in my panties. Right, down into your panties. You placed it on there, so it sticks.
Meanwhile, this dummy is bumbling around the bathroom, dripping blood like an Al Zarqawi beheading video. Stumbling around with her awful bloopers pulled out of her ankles.
Where's the pad? Where's the pad?
How old is Jill, Nathaniel?
Am I on? I'd estimate about 12.
12?
13.
13, just learning about this?
Yeah, dropping trow in this video.
And is she profoundly, retarded, or is it... Because she sounds like, you could kind of teach her a thing.
Yeah, she's about,
It's Down syndrome, or is she just...
She's got a pretty big head.
All right, I was just wondering what type of mental disability she has.
Is she an actress, though? Playing the part?
What?
Hey, Julia Lewis was able to pull it off. You never know.
No, I think she's just a highly trained trainable.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, okay.
Got to go to the phone real fast. Taylor in VA, Virginia. Taylor?
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
Dude, you guys just made me, you jerk-offs made me spray coffee all over my windshield with the fucking, I'm on my period now. Let me show you. Fucking disgusting.
This is the worst.
Jimmy sitting there massaging a rod?
No, dude, I'm packing like a half right now.
Eric wants to know if this is the Sexiest State audition. Eric from Philly.
Very good. Back to the tape.
Into your panties. You placed it on there, so it sticks on, okay? Okay. Yes, real good. I pull my panties up.
Good job, little smucker's
Wash
leg.
my hands. I dry my hands. Now I'm all ready.
It's all ready.
See, I'm all ready.
That's
Jump in
just
front
great.
of a
I'm
bus.
really proud of you. You wear it for a while for practicing for tennis.
Let's go tell Mom and Dad what I did.
She's got to wear it for practice.
What a
This
sick
is
family.
Yeah, this is a little twisted, man.
One time Dumbbell's going to put it on adhesive side up.
Oh.
It's sticky.
She's going to seal herself up and just save the world a lot of trouble.
You know what you do? You just wait until they have it in the shower at school and throw tampons at them. You'll plug it up, plug it up.
This was before tampons, though.
Yeah.
They had to use a lot bigger stuff.
Oh, my God, having to teach this girl about a tampon.
When she's crying in the bathroom, you just point at it and go, "Bad girl!
Oh, dirty!
Dirty girl!
Filthy! That means you're a whore and Jesus hates you."
That's the devil coming out. What, you give her a crucifix and put on The Exorcist? You know what you do, stupid.
What else do we have, Opie? I've got to hear more.
Jill, I have a question for you. What do you do with the one you take off that has a lot of blood on it?
Fold it over, wrap it up, and put it in the nearest wastebasket.
That's right. You fold it, wrap it up, and put it in the nearest wastebasket.
Now I know all women have periods.
Put it in the wastebasket.
That's it.
This guy's in hell.
Fold it up and throw it away.
Now the whole bathroom smells like a jar of pennies.
Well, Anthony, I got more.
Sorry, stepped on you.
Okay.
Thanks to Nathaniel. We got trainable saying penis and cock.
Oh!
But first, it's a little bit about sex ed.
Sex ed. Nice.
You got to train these people.
Yes, Nathaniel?
Sorry, this whole video, it's like the ABCs of sex for trainables or whatever. It starts with 2 minutes of just this trainable walking along a street and a car pulling up, coaxing her into it and driving off.
Was it a Saturn?
So I guess this is try to prevent that sort of thing from happening.
Yeah, oh, God, is that great.
And it wasn't a trainable. It was just Voss walking after his car broke down.
And what year would you say these are made?
These are definitely 60s.
Oh, 60s.
Early or late?
Has to be early. Because
early 60s are really close to 50s.
Yeah, it has that 50s sound
feel
to it.
Yeah, this one might be a little later than the one from before, because if you hear the soundtrack's just sort of this hippie...
Little groovy?
Like, I believe it was by the Lake Springs.
Great, and then your pad will look like a tie-dyed shirt, you tool.
Anthony, before we move on with this, we have a trainable talking about satellite radio.
Really?
Yeah, you could train these people.
That's interesting.
You could train people to talk about satellite radio.
Well, let me hear that.
How happy is Sirius today that we got audio of Howard Stern talking about how great XM is?
They only paid him $500 million to hear him now talk about XM.
Well, here you go. A trainable talking about satellite radio.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh, no, I'm going to give up my virginity. I'm a sport. Maybe take a little cock right into my mouth. It must hurt. Maybe taking it in the rear. Maybe bang me up the ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak. What do you want me to do? I'm going to be facing the wall. What do you want me to do? I've always wanted a juicy cock. Put it between the boobs. I'm into the TF thing. Put it between the boobs. Put it in the pits. Put it in the pits. My favorite floral treat. My favorite eating cock. I'm hungry for a big, fat, juicy cock. After I whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag. Shoot your big wad of cum right into my mouth. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. Oh, God. After I suck you off, I want you to bang me up the ass. I'm hungry for a hard male cock. Stick your huge cock in my tight ass. That's scaring me. I take it in the rear. I'm a freak. That's what I was taught. I got a big juicy cock from Ben the other day. Oh, I like the banana. Oh, God. I like the banana. I'm a freak. I enjoy having sex with the guy. I enjoy cum in my mouth. I enjoy cock between the boobs. I enjoy cock in my tight ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak.
And Anthony Show.
Prepare to be wowed.
What knockers?
Okay, fine. Wow.
Just a kiss on the lips, and I was on my knees. I waited, give me a good hot bitch. She was shaking her hips, so that was all that I needed.
Why? And we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. It's Whip 'em Out Wednesday. If you're looking for a WOW sticker, go to opieandanthony.com. All the info is there for you. It's a great thing now that spring is here. By the way, now that we're back in New York, back from vacation and all that crap, we're asking the lady, to stop by our studio here in New York to give us some flashes. And we're going to post the pictures up on, I guess, ratemywow.com, another website that Steve has come up with.
That's right.
And eventually we're going to give out some great prizes. We're just figuring all that out because we just got back from vacation. But WOW is on, man. Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
We just have to get great prizes. That's all. We'll get a few of them.
Well, this is
Did we give away the MiFis?
We
gave away one to the winner of the eating thing. What happened to the other one?
Well, we saved the MiFi because
We
we thought a couple was going to have sex in front of Jimmy Norton.
True.
And I did talk to her, by the way, after he called in.
Really?
She's like, yeah, we were waiting for you to call.
She's all worked up. She sounds all worked up for you, Jimmy.
Well, for just to do it in front, I don't think for me necessarily.
Well, she was saying she would have sex with you and stuff.
I don't know if she would, though.
All right.
That's what the boyfriend was saying. She was saying,
No, they were going to do it for you.
Yeah.
You were just creeped out.
No, I wasn't.
I thought you were creeped out or something.
No. Just because they're real fans. I didn't know.
That's what I mean. That's why you were creeped out a bit.
I just didn't know if
you
they
like
were doing it for the right reasons.
He's more into the casual fan having sex in front of him.
Yeah.
I want to make sure they're doing it for the right reasons.
When they're hardcore fans, then he's a little squirrely about it.
Fucking weirdo.
Because I
no shit. Yeah.
I want them to
He's
be
got
doing
all sorts of fucked up rules that don't make any sense.
I want people to be doing it for the right reasons, not just because.
The right reason was she wanted a MiFi.
That's the right reason. But
the right reason is a punch in the mouth.
Good point. At
Right.
gunpoint. That poor fell in that video. Ooh.
So we're running out of show, and we got a lot of great audio still to get to here.
Yep.
Brittany pregnant. Who cares?
Just looking at Brittany. Yeah.
Please let it be retarded.
Oh my God. Do you imagine that?
Please tape all the entertainment shows tonight because they're going to just lose their minds over this story. Absolutely lose their minds.
Pat O'Brien back on TV?
The wacky voice lady's going to be all over the Britney Spears thing.
That's right. Britney Spears. Britney pregnant? Rumor and speculation have been around Hollywood for quite a while now. And she has announced on her website that she is indeed pregnant. Britney Spears in the news today. Speculation over the past couple of months whether Britney Spears is actually pregnant. And she is. She announced it on her own website. She's pregnant with her husband. What's his name?
Ken Federline.
Ken Federline. Club Soda Kenny? No? Close.
You know what is great about that? Because you know this guy's a simpleton.
Yeah.
She's going to get all fucking messed up from the pregnancy, and he's going to move right on. He was a nobody. Now he's all over these magazines. That's all this guy ever wanted. And now he got Brittany pregnant. They'll have a kid together. And then he's just going to move on to the next piece of ass.
Let me tell you something.
He left his wife
Yeah.
that was pregnant for Brittany. Oops. And they already had another kid or something.
This guy's fertile.
The guy's a scumbag.
Fertile Federline. Brittany looks like the type of girl that won't snap back. She's had some, not problems with the weight or anything, but she's just on that high side sometimes. You see her on stage, and it's like, it's not quite the Christina Aguilera belly, you know. She's got some meat to her, the girl. And now, through a pregnancy, I don't see her as the type of girl that'll snap back from a pregnancy.
Well, the women that snap back, it seems, are the ones that are very disciplined.
Right.
Eat right during their pregnancy, make sure they don't gain 70, 75 pounds.
Yep.
Remember when we were growing up, every pregnant woman was like just a monster.
Big mess.
But nowadays, you know, you see these women walking around New York, and they only gain weight in their bellies because they're taking care of themselves. Yeah. They're exercising practically right up to the pregnancy, watching every piece of food they throw in their mouths, right? Mm-hmm. But you're right, Britney Spears, no way. She's drinking all those frozen Starbucks drinks.
Yep.
To begin with, so she doesn't have much discipline.
So he's going to be the guy that ruined Britney Spears. The guy that ruined Britney Spears, and he's just going to, like you said, he'll move on.
That'll deserve a high five.
He'll find someone else, but yeah.
He'll be in bars and everyone will be high-fiving him. Like, dude, you were the one.
You know what happens to girls' boobies when they have the kids?
Tell me more.
Just happens. They go, ew. Why, you like when they're destroyed by those little savages gnawing on them?
No. That's when it goes back to down to the regular size. I'm talking when they get all swollen.
And full of milk.
Full of yummy goodness.
And you can lay across her lap, and as you suckle, she can hold your adult head. You can touch her swollen belly.
That is really rude.
She pets your hair and says it's going to be okay.
Wow, look at the size of those.
Yeah, they're already getting
We're
big.
looking at pictures of Britney online, and she's...
wow, she's already getting all sorts of kind of belly fat.
She's got the belly poking out. She's sitting cross-legged in a chair, and you could see the meat under the boobs is folding up and resting on her belly.
I'd like to call those ripple boobs.
Ripple boobs?
Yeah.
I think you got
There's a ripple effect after the boob ends, and you see, miniature boobs.
Okay, here's before. Look, before.
Oh, look how hot she is.
After.
My God.
Oh, she's packing it on already. Wow, she has the under boob.
Yeah.
It is the ripple of fat just under the bikini top when she's sitting down and hunched over a little.
It could just be the top, though. It could be.
Yeah, it could be. It could be, but it's not.
But it's not.
Oh, pregnancy.
Why would you do that? Why do you have a need?
Sub out a girl's body. Just sub out another girl. Have the artificial insemination. You get your kid, and your chick still has a tight, hot body.
There you go.
Oh, please.
All right. Oh, he hung up.
What, Opie? Who did?
A guy wanted to know why Howard Stern is advertising XM satellite radio.
Well,
he does what he's told.
What was it? What was that? Mel from Manhattan?
Very funny.
Back to the trainable audio, Anthony?
Oh, absolutely. I want to hear more of this.
All right. Where's Nathaniel? This was his moment in the sun. He gave up on us?
Oh, believe me, he'll be in before I finish this sentence.
You know,
there he is.
There he is.
He was. It's sense when you say their names. The 15-second delay doesn't hit the eye.
Like a spidey sense. Jesus.
Pavlov's interns. When back in the older days, they would just commit these people. You know, they'd throw them in an institution and let them crap all over themselves. But
when women got pregnant?
No.
They
should. No, the mentally challenged people, Opie. And then during the late 50s, early 60s, they started doing this thing where they figured, they could what they called mainstreaming. They could put them into society, make them productive members of society. And an experience I have with mainstreaming was an elementary school I went to.
It was called mainstreaming?
Opie was called mainstreaming. Yes, they put them back into a society because they realized that they could contribute something, and there were different levels of these mental handicaps, and they didn't have to just take them all and throw them all into an institution.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
Knows a little bit about everything.
So
many complaints about that, by the way, while we were on vacation.
The worst song ever.
That thing is not going away.
What song do you mean, Op?
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
You know, the song is bad enough. It really is. But that spit slurp that he does right after Socrates.
What spit slurp?
Listen close.
Forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
You couldn't get through that without drooling, you mental. Ugh. Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony. Thank you, Rich Voss, for that song. You slurping buffoon. Yes, mainstreaming, Opie. And when I was a child in elementary school in East Northport, they introduced mainstreaming to my school. They had a special class of mentally challenged children that went to our school. But they were in a separate class than ours. And I was in, I guess, second, third grade maybe. But during lunch, that's when
you
they
saw
brought them out, and we all dined together.
And it was such a treat for the regular kids.
Dude, you just brought back a memory, man. In my high school, Harborfields High School, there was that section of the school that no one went to.
No one went.
And you had no idea what was going on in that section of the school until lunchtime. And they paraded those people into the lunchroom.
I'm sitting at the lunch table just trying to choke down a lunch. And right next to you would plop down a tray. And there were kids, and I'm talking old school retarded too, like 70s retarded, not like now retarded where there's tests for these things and they suck them right out. There was a kid, because now, you get retarded kids, but for the most part they got a lot of tests for these things, There was one kid who had water on the brain. What archaic disease is this? His head was huge. And I'm not talking big like, hey, that guy's got a big head. Hey, you with the beige pants. You got a big fucking head. Oh! Not that comedy big head. His head was huge. And he had this little pointy chin, he couldn't keep it up. He had a little skinny neck. He couldn't keep his head up. Yes, Jimmy?
Oh, no. I'm listening about I'm waiting for the glasses, and when he got into radio as a producer part comes.
Yes, we had a tendency. Teacher would yell out Sparks, and he would go, ah! And he couldn't keep his head up. So it would fall down. I don't know how I could convey this on radio, but he'd be sitting there, and his head would go, like wrap around. Like it would do a circle, whereas his chin would go into his shoulder, middle of his chest, other shoulder, back up. That's it. It would go, whoa! All day he would do this. And, of course, the really, weird teeth, like Clint Howard teeth from the Star Trek episode. And then drool, lots of drool. And then another kid that had a horse eye. You ever see a horse's pupil? It's wide and fuzzy. It's like rectangular shaped. I could get into the whole thing of why a horse has different pupils. But
forget Aristotle and fuck Socrates. Here comes Professor Anthony.
I'd like to learn something today, Anthony, if you will, real fast.
Well, they have different vision than we have. They could see in the dark a lot better, and their pupils open up. They have much better peripheral vision than humans have also. Instead of a round pupil, it's a rectangular shaped pupil.
They also have big cocks.
Horse cocks, I hear.
They really do.
And he had this horse eye. His pupil was all screwed up like that. And he was another one, like just drool. All the drool on their hands, and you're trying to eat, and, I'm sorry. And then there was this kid called Gallagher. But me and my brother called him Dally Dooley, because that's how he said his name. He'd be like, what's your name? And he went, Dally Dooley, because his name was Gallagher. And we called him Dally Dooley.
Well, there's a whackbag name that'll be in about 5 minutes.
How quickly will someone be Dally Dooley on Whackbag now? Welcome to Whackbag Dally Dooley. And we called him Dally Dooley, and he would pick his nose constantly picking his nose. And he was Dally Dooley. And we'd be like, ew. We'd be sitting at lunch and go, ew, here comes Dally Dooley. And we'd run away from Dally Dooley, who would then sit down and proceed to pick his nose and drool all over everything. And what a horrible thing. Great for the retarded children that are sitting there and being mainstream. But how about the poor second graders that are sitting there trying to, adjust to life, that are now getting all these complexes and feeling all weird and not being able to eat comfortably because Dally Dooley is next to him? Or Horse-Eye Kid. Or the kid that can't hold his big fat head up.
We had a retarded boy in our school. He was functional retarded, but his name was Mark, and he would always scratch his face and go, ah!
Holy Jesus.
And when he ate pizza, you know how you get that awful square pizza? Mm-hmm. The first thing he would do, he would just scrape all the cheese off the pizza and then just eat the red bread.
Yeah, the saucy bread.
He used to hate when you'd blow in his face.
So what did you do relentlessly?
Hey, Mark. Both hands scratching his dumb cheeks.
Oh, that's great. Unbelievable. They weed all these out now.
Yep.
Sure, you see an occasional Down syndrome, but can't they test for that now, too?
I think sooner or later. You're
But
gonna
I think
see
the people
less
that
of them.
have them now are people that are like, well, we don't care. We're having a child. But I think they test for it because you really don't see as many mentally challenged and physically challenged like that people as you used to. We were going to school with goddamn thalidomide babies, flipper kids. How the hell are you going to learn math when you got a flipper kid right there? It's impossible.
You're just trying to wonder how they hold the pencil.
How the hell is he holding that pencil?
Can you make that noise again, Jimmy?
Yeah! You're bothering me! Oh, he hated that.
Was he Lou Costello?
Right in his dumb face.
You're bothering me!
That's what he would say. Stop bothering me.
He's blowing in my... Stop blowing in my... Abbott! He's... Here comes Dolly Dooley Abbott. Dolly... Jesus.
All right. Do we have time to get into the sex ed trainable audio stuff?
I would love to hear at least a little sample.
All right. Nathaniel brought this in. It's the ABCs of teaching a trainable about sex ed, right? Yes. Let's go with the first clip here.
Sex education for trainables? Is it possible? Or is it even necessary? Well, let's start with the last question first. Why necessary? Well, we must teach those with serious disabilities that hinder their learning to live as successfully as possible with other people.
There you go.
Now, this includes their sexual behavior. But rather than teach, which is somewhat difficult, it becomes a training situation with as much explanation as they can absorb. And is it possible? Well, through training, they will realize who they are as men and women and what is expected of them in social situations. Sex education for the trainables should be made as simple as ABC. A, awareness of their bodies and their feelings. B, understanding the simple mechanics of reproduction. And C, training in responsibilities and appropriate social behavior.
You say you train a trainable, put it in and pull it out. If it looks like a fudgicle, you did it wrong, stupid.
Was that horrible?
Let me move right on to the next track.
Yeah, let's give it a listen.
So let's start with A. What should they learn about their bodies? As much as they can. Now, the ideal situation is a one-to-one basis. But if this is not possible, the group should be kept very small and include only those who will pay attention. Those who teach must do some special examination of how they themselves feel about sex.
That's great.
Only those who will pay
attention. The rest should be executed.
Turn them over to Dr. Mengele and allow him to learn what he can.
The boxcar pulls up to a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that was the beginnings of the whole thing. Maybe not very sympathetic, but I guess it paved the way, Opie.
Well, this next track, it's just priceless.
Room full of genetic embarrassments.
Penis. Say penis.
Penis.
Louder.
Penis.
Give me another word for penis.
Prick.
Prick. Peter.
Daddy's snack.
Rod. Dick. Prick. We've got it.
Me.
What? Me?
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
Ron. Right.
Wiener.
Wiener.
Talking about and using sexual terminology is difficult for many people because of the guilt and embarrassment from our heritage.
Guilt and embarrassment of the kids?
Prick. Peter. Cock. Rod. Dick.
meat, ding dong, wand, wiener, tool, joint.
All right. Wasn't that the last XM meeting we were at in Washington? Sounds like it.
Wow. They should be reciting that in a room that they're expecting a shower to come out of, and little pellets. Ding dong, wiener.
Oh God. Oh, man. It's amazing.
Ding dong.
Just one lousy chromosome.
Sandy, we're going to talk again about the parts of your body, okay? And the fact that a girl has 3 holes between her legs.
Yeah.
3. How many, Sandy?
Lorraine.
But I was Major Nelson, but 3 holes.
3. Stop with that third hole. It's just 2.
What can that third one do for me? Nothing.
Exactly. What is the third one?
Pee-pee. You like the third one the best,
There's
you
only
idiot.
2 holes, all right?
I know. That third one, they took it. Come on. It's like,
It's a hole within a hole.
Yeah,
who's counting?
1 hole and 2 snack dispensers.
It's good to be back in New York.
Lorraine. Okay, now let's look at this picture. Okay?
Yeah.
You see that? This hole here is the hole where you make a BM.
Yes.
And it's called your rectum.
Yes.
Okay?
What is
a
it?
BM. What year is this? This is where you make a BM. She doesn't even understand what that is.
Yeah. Bavarian motor.
Okay? And this hole here is the hole from which you pee when you go to the bathroom or urinate.
Yes. What else would you use it for?
Well, that's just used to urinate.
No, it's not. You used to menstruate, too.
No, that's
No.
another hole, and we'll
Dummy
talk about
smacker.
that. Because there's 3 holes here. Now, you show me what I showed you.
Yeah.
And this one is hovering over Jimmy Norton's face.
No, this is the hole you pee from.
Oh, God. Next.
This is the hole you make a BM from.
Yes.
And this hole in between the 2,
Yes.
that's called your vagina.
Yes.
And that's the hole from which you
This is your
menstruate.
only redeeming
I
quality.
should repeat, if possible, to show that the lesson is being understood.
What a nightmare.
This is the hole you make a BM from. This is the hole you pee from. And this is the hole that protects you from being beheaded at birth.
This is the hole that gives men any reason to talk to you.
Without this hole, you'd be considered plant life.
Oh, is that awful? Oh, and she wasn't getting it. It's 3 holes.
And the teacher
She
lost
can't
her.
get it.
The teacher lost her voice.
Oh,
What a nightmare for the
this
teacher.
might not menstruate. No, you idiot. Jeez.
Teacher has that awful Philly accent. Here's your 1 hole. You put this in.
Yeah.
And this is your other hole to pee out of.
How bad did this woman do on her SATs that she's doing this?
Oh,
God.
people choose to do these things.
I guess.
Work with those people.
Hey, Frank.
Uh-oh.
How come you haven't gotten up yet?
I'm wet and sticky.
Oh.
I remember this one from the old days.
Frank's wet and sticky. Oh.
Frank was playing with himself.
I think he had a wet dream.
Oh, it was the wet dream one?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Frank. How come you haven't gotten up yet?
I'm wet and sticky.
Oh. What, when did that happen?
Dreaming of a
Did it happen
pinwheel.
during-
Ooh, oh. Pretty color. Oh.
I made a mess in my bed from your retarded grandson, Frank.
Oh.
Hey, Frank. How come you haven't gotten up yet?
I'm wet and sticky.
Oh. What, when did that happen?
Oh.
Did it happen during the night? Or
After
did
I
it just
choked
happen
the
now?
cat.
You know?
I set a fire in a warehouse.
If you're sticky, maybe it was a wet dream. Do you know what a wet dream is?
No.
Well, you know, how old are you now? You must be about,
37.
Oh. God damn.
Oh, there's an
well, a little awkward. Well, you, what happened? Well, Jesus. Oh.
I'm wet and sticky.
Did a guy with a Kermit voice come in and clean it up? It's really awful.
He wants to help the kid out.
Of course he does.
You hear something like that, you just pretend you didn't hear it, and you just keep walking. It's someone else's problem.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Have fun. Right. Checking on you later.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck
man.
that. Colorful little smoothie. I made a smoothie in my bed. Wet and sticky.
How much time we have left in the show? That's it?
Toolbag from New Orleans calls him old spermy legs.
Great. All right, let's see if we get through at least this one here.
Wholehearted. What the hell is that?
The counselor shows a calm, accepting approach to this boy who has just had a wet dream. There is no scolding or recrimination. The boy is not frightened, and there is no reason for him to feel guilty.
Frank, I'm sure you understand now just what happened, and that this is probably going to happen quite a few times more, like it does to everybody else, and it's quite normal, right? I think the best thing we can do now is to show you how to clean it up. Okay? Okay.
All right.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
Clean it up.
You guinea retard. Go on. Be a premature ejaculator, just like your father.
I'm gonna clean it up. Use the sheets. It's like normal people. Whatever's laying around the room. That sock's gonna go in the wash anyway.
Never clean it up. Just leave it there. Sleep on the other side. I used to wipe up, I swear to God, with the end of my sheets. It was hard and stiff. My grandmother one time saw it. She's like, what is this? I'm like, oh, I spilled Pepsi.
And the acoustic guitar music started. Jimmy? Grandma, I'm wet and sticky.
It's like, what did she think it was?
Oh, we're going to have to end there, unfortunately. We're running out of show.
This is hot.
Yeah,
that is really good. We got more of those, right?
Yeah, we'll start the show with it tomorrow because we can't rush through this stuff. It's just too good. Thank you, Nathaniel.
I think it's funny that you said Frank had a wet dream thinking about a pinwheel.
Yeah, what else gets him off? Stop it. Maybe cracking a girl's neck in the barn.
Just petting her hair.
No, just petting her hair. And I had a wet dream.
Oh. Just went to tend the rabbits. You know how it goes.
Hey, let's go to Long Island. Long Island, what did you learn today?
What's going on, guys?
Hey.
How you doing, boo-boo?
Hi, guy.
Ain't it great out there?
Yeah, I learned that black people think that sanitary pads are clean apartments.
Oh, very good.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Pinchy from Whackbag. What's up, Pinchy?
Hey, buddies. How's it going?
Hey.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Pinchy.
Hey, today I learned that Sirius just signed a deal with Commodore 64, and Danny has Carmine Ragusa hair.
There was a lot of good lines today, I got to tell you.
Stinks.
Oh, we have to get this spot in one more time, they're telling me?
Oh.
All right.
I learned to smoke. If you smoke pot, listen to XM 76, fine tuning.
Yes.
That
was a good one. Hey, Anthony, speaking of trainables, we have one that is helping us out with getting the word out about XM satellite radio.
Of course.
The other company paying him about, what, like $500 million?
$500 million, $500 million.
So I'm sure they're very happy to hear that Howard is promoting XM satellite radio.
It's even a lot of money to you.
You bet it is. Howard Stern talking about XM satellite radio.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz, There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Ah, thank you, Howard. Thank you very much. At least we could agree on something. Very nice. Oh, that's the end of show music, huh?
I learned one side is white, one side is blue. That's from Dally Dooley. Dally Dooley. God, you know something? I hadn't thought about Dally Dooley in years and years and years.
That's one thing.
And I'm just talking about it. The name came back to me.
That's one thing I love about this show. It just reminds you of stuff that you thought you forgot about years ago.
10 years of radio. I never talked about Dally Dooley.
I know. It's great.
Dally Dooley.
Cody from Buffalo. I learned the inside of a retard's pad smells like Indonesia 2 weeks after the tsunami.